The Oceanic Mafia Boys. What happens on the water stays on the water.
Just food.
Food.
It's pretty good.
Welcome
It's
to the
pretty
food podcast. Look, we're here today. We've got Serge from SergeK Fishing. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, that's what I said to him when I was there before. I'm like, get the vodka and the sausage ready.
Meanwhile, he's drinking Canadian Club, right? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there's no vodka.
it doesn't touch the sides. That's like water, right?
But yeah, welcome, mate.
Thanks for having us, guys. I'm looking forward to this.
Thanks for coming along.
It's great.
So it was one we sort of talked about really early after a couple of comments on the Facebook page. So it's good to have you, and yeah, hopefully this won't be the only one you do.
No, I hope not.
This just proves that we're not against criticism.
No, I mean, you got to
No, that's the whole idea of it.
you got to talk about things, right? Otherwise, if you all agree, it all goes down the same track, which at the moment in our country isn't looking great.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll have a
I
chat.
think we can all agree on why that is. But let's not go political.
Yeah, but I think what it does too is just show no egos. Like people think in the fishing industry, people, 99% of people have egos, but there's probably only 10, 15%.
Yeah.
The rest just have conversations. And it's the ones with egos that have a look at those conversations and think, well, he's an arrogant prick, but all he's doing is saying what he feels.
Yeah.
And there's no back and forth with it. It's not a problem.
You go to the comps and everyone sits down at dinner time and everyone's chatting, having a great time. No, there aren't people out the back having fisticuffs. Everyone's enjoying talking about fishing and being around each other.
Oh, so you
There's
come
not
late
that
into
much.
the 4 pound, eh? The 4 pound comps you came, they were a bit later.
Yeah, well,
A
that's
couple I
there's
went
a-
to are a bit different.
Adam being the instigator.
I do recall kicking Eric Lolo into a garden bed at one stage.
There's a name I haven't heard of in a long time. How you going, Eric?
Yeah, that was quite good. But no, you're dead right. Like once you actually get into those comps, it's and you do know that there's 20% of people there that are sitting under their skin, hating on people.
It's just the tall poppy.
But the 80% are just having a bloody good time, enjoying it. And it's not about winning.
No. Winning's nice, but you go there for the memories and the good time.
And speaking about comps,
Yeah.
Dean Heath and Jared Herman hit a log this morning on the way to the north end and blew a hole in the trim tab slot and took on a bit of water and didn't realise until they started. So they're, I think they're zero fish. I don't think they threw a lure in.
That'll teach you for taking a redhead on your boat, Jared.
Yeah.
What are they sitting out at Angel Wings? Are they holding
No,
on
they
to
come
the
back and they
mangroves or
fixed it
they make
apparently. So I've got a photo there at 2:00 or whatever, and they sent me a photo. And
Can we
it's
post
fixed now.
that on the page?
I think we should.
In the story?
I think we should.
Fuck Dean. Oh, sorry, Mum.
Yeah, the stupid thing is though, like they should have just fished off the pontoons or something. They'd still win it.
Yeah.
Dean would still win it fishing off a pontoon at Lucinda Lodge.
Just clamber along the rocks along the front of everyone's properties like all the kids do on the Gold Coast.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'll catch
Exactly.
fish.
Oh, they still do it up there too. It's
Oh, do
quite
they?
quite amusing. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, good on them.
It's good of a night seeing it.
A night.
Yeah.
The little red eyes watching you.
Both from in the water and out of the water. Yeah.
I think before we get too deep into it, we should remind everybody that we've got a special comp going on the page as well.
Oh yeah, get it out there.
Bow and
Did you see
Tackle
it?
World.
Yeah, I'm entered, mate. I'm
Yeah, beautiful.
got my ticket
You're number one, you reckon?
Yeah.
Serge not renting it.
I'm sitting there, fingers crossed. I need a new reel.
It's a
Hey,
good
that's-
little setup.
That's a really most people who do a comp, like their first comp, it's like a couple of packets of plastics and a hat, right? This is a really decent comp, guys. Like any kid who likes fishing and up from 10 to 45, they'll want to win that.
Exactly.
there's-
Well, I said to my nephew, if he wins it, I'll give him 200 for it, and then he can go and buy his Robux.
200. You tied up. It's fucking $1,000 worth of gear there.
He's not even on
It's
Facebook,
1,300 or
it's all
something. Like
yeah.
that reel's cool.
But I was
that's
surprised
why
when
it took
Cody
so
bought
long
it,
for
eh?
us to put it up, hey? Because
Yeah.
I was still contemplating whether I should just steal that.
He's going to throw a second-hand Calcutta in there.
Yeah, I've got a couple of SLXs there that have gone through charters and a bit worse for wear, so chuck that instead. So for the winner, they want to just check the box and make sure it's a 150 DC Corrado and not an SLX. That's got
I was going to say, you had
some scratches on
about
it.
6 in there you wanted to sell a couple of months ago. I think I got one of them.
There's a left-hand line SLX in there. He's like, what am I going to do with this?
But yeah, cool with the rod and a bunch of lures and some
that
jig
was-
heads and some braid and it just goes on.
Bought to us by Bowen.
Tackle Bowen. Cody from Tacklewell Bowen. Dom's there as well. So
Yep.
if you're ever in the area, go in, say hello.
Get on, give their page a like.
Yep. Yeah.
Give our page a like.
Good bunch of lads. So it was interesting chatting when we did the fish plan forum or whatever it was the other day. We're talking to the pro netters down at Bowen, and they said that they listened to the podcast as well. So that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Whether that's a negative or a positive thing that they come out of it, but we can only give our opinions on things. So it was good to see that we're getting that sort of reach.
Did any get shared with you?
Any
opinions or feedback?
Oh, there was
on those
a bit
podcasts?
of back and forth. Not about the podcast, but
Yep.
about all the other stuff we talk about. And I'm not going to sit back and hide behind anything. So I just say what I feel.
Did anything come out of it?
No, it was really just a typical forum sort of thing. Fisheries saying what they wanted to do and what the plans were. It's something we'll go on about. I know you were saying about some of the trap netting that, and that sort of stuff. Well, we might as well just go straight into it then.
Fuck it.
So obviously you've got the Fishlight program, which is the collection of data on different apparatuses that they've got at the moment. So they're looking at line fishing, trap fishing, pot fishing, and tunnel net fishing. Obviously, there's a big push against tunnel nets for the reason that it does wipe out non-valued fish, I suppose is the way to put it. I'll put things in basic terms because I'm a very basic sort of person.
Commercial, because the fly fishing guys, those are the valued. Like that's really where this things come from. Is all the fly fishers really want to stop these flats from getting hit by the tunnel nets.
And it was interesting talking to Chris Burgess the other day. We sat and talked for I don't know, it would have been an hour and a half on the job site the other day. He called me, and like I was saying to him, like economically, if you actually look at it, well, how many fly fishermen are there charter-wise, and how much money do they actually put into the economy? And then you actually look at how many barra fishers and estuary fishers are. It probably do outrank fly fishermen, and the economic value isn't really there. So, my opinion is not to be looking at it from that side of it. It is to look at it as it's the juvenile hotspot for all these fish to come through. So it is a massive breeding part of the environment. So
I'm friends with Kim McPherson, who's the head of the NQ fly fishers in Townsville.
Yeah.
And he's run the economics on fly fishing in North Queensland. And I don't want to misquote him because I don't know the exact numbers on the top of my head, but he's actually said the fly fishing economic value alone far in Queensland, so that includes the Cape, it includes everywhere, far exceeds the economical value of commercial fishing. So just fly fishing, because I mean, I don't want to badmouth anyone, but the fly fishers generally cater to a more fancy clientele,
100%,
a bit of the upper
100%.
class, and they're willing to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
And they spend a lot of money to get what they want, and if they get it, they're happy. So, I don't want to say, not profit margins aren't high, but there's a lot of money that gets spent in that area.
Oh, shit, so, yeah. And we actually had this chat. Nathan was there, Nathan Ainsworth, who's one of the fish guys, one of the aquaculture guys. Very educated young man, owns a red claw farm at Majors Creek. And like he was saying, that it depends how you look at it. There are so many different ranges of economic value through each option. So it's very hard to get a number.
Yeah.
So doing those numbers compared to commercial guys and then working out their fuel, and then it's no different to looking at the charter guys or looking at the recreational side too. Mm-hmm. Just overall as a recreational side, I think that's probably the best way to look at it. Mm-hmm. And how that can be pushed up against the commercial side. But I still think, regardless how we go and what we oppose, we still have to get a certain amount of wild caught seafood available for Queenslanders. Now I'm totally against sending them to Sydney. I don't have an interest in killing barramundi and sending them to Sydney fish markets at a cheap price and volume just to feed the guys down there. Let's start looking at Queensland.
4 days later too, what's the quality of the product getting there?
Oh,
it's reasonable.
They are pretty good. They're 14 days is what you can before you start freezing them and doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but if you had the choice, right, tomorrow, if you had a barra you caught yesterday, you've looked after you froze it, or the one from 2 weeks ago.
3 days is prime.
Yeah, you're gonna grab the prime product.
Yeah, 100%.
That's ideal.
Yeah, and that's why the money is cheap down in Sydney when they go in bulk. So I look at it from a point of view that we have to be looking after Queenslanders first. So we still need wild caught fish one way or another, and I think there is ways and means to do it. I just think some of the data collection is just not, it's skewed. It's skewed in the wrong ways, and the right people aren't doing certain things. So
I think we talked about it before, online, just chatting. Balance,
Yes.
right? We all want, everyone wants more for themselves.
Yeah.
And I'll happily say, I wouldn't mind rec fishing being a lot better because I'll have a better time when I get to go out.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we need a balance across all the sectors where environment, rec, and pros, everyone's getting everything they need, and we're all happy. We all want to be happy. We want a happy medium where everything's looked after. So your grandkids, my grandkids, they can probably go catch a fish in.
we
40
want
years'
healthy
time.
systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. I think in the industries too, everyone has a little piece of the pie along the way is great, but when people monopolise it and try and take everything, it's no different to say me going, okay, well, I want to get into line fishing. Let's buy all the permits, and suddenly Audacity has 10 fishing line permits. We chuck the new boat up and down the east coast, and we have 10 guys running boats and smash the line fishing side, catch the same quota, the amount of stock that the netters are doing, and have the monopoly of being the only guys selling, us and Chris Bolton selling line caught fish. Well, that's stupid too. It's not the balance that we go for. Business wise, it probably makes sense when it gets to that stage, but that's exactly what you're saying is I want a fishery for a grandson or a granddaughter to fish on. Yeah. So that's where we're at, and and we're getting there. I think just the right people need to be brought in, and I think we need to realise that some of the commercial guys, there isn't a place for them, unfortunately, and that's got to be hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they took away charter licences, we've got to do something else as well. So tough shit for us as a charter guide. We'd end up doing something else. So there's 3 or 4 times in your life that you switch careers and you do different things. So this is just one step in their life, and they've already been paid out.
Really?
Might have been minimal, but they've already been paid out their netting licences. The NX fishery is just an add-on for it.
True. Yes, it is.
So
better than WA got. They didn't get a good deal, did they?
No, they got no. Well, there's a possibility it'll come back though.
Eventually.
So that's how you've got to look at it. But there needs to be some sort of funding for those guys, poor bastards.
Yeah, they got.
So
I think there was a young bloke who was just getting in, and so he's looking into it, get the licensing, got all the things, and I think 2 weeks out, he paid all his money for the new boat, the new everything. 2 weeks out,
yeah,
and then 2 weeks later, they're like, "See ya,"
yeah.
and he's like, "What? No compensation, no nothing." So he was 300 grand in the hole.
And funnily enough, I brought this up in the forum, is when we are going to have full answers. One of the guys from Fisheries there was fairly high up. I forget his name, Eddie someone. And I just sort of said, when do these guys get answers? Because you've got to feel for them too. Like it's their livelihood and they're getting switched off. And like I said, are you going to tell them 2 days before? Or are you going to tell them now and give them a chance to do something?
Yeah.
Or if we're keeping some form of netting, the rest of us need to know so we can run our businesses around it. So there needs to be some sort of respect from fisheries in regards to that. So, it'll be interesting.
Do you feel like you got that? What you wanted to know about that?
No, not at all.
Because it
No,
almost seems
we just got a basic, we're confident. We're confident that we'll have an answer by that time frame, and it's like, well, that time frame's a year away, and what I see isn't really going to be. You're trying to work out angles on data that isn't right. So, my biggest point is you shouldn't have a pro crab line fishing, or you shouldn't have a pro trout fisherman line fishing for barramundi. You need proper specialist barramundi fishermen, and it's not propping me up, but there's probably 200 or 300 people East Coast wide that can fish better than me and a specialist line fisherman that could slot into that commercial side. We've just got to realise that some of the netters aren't going to turn into great line fishermen. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of skill. It's like me trying to be a netter. It'll take me 10 years to work out where, how, why, sit the nets, where I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do. There's so much to it. So you couldn't expect me to get data on netting. Why would you give me data for netting? So why would you give a netter someone in the NX fishery a line fishing license and say, well, on your days off, go and collect data, as if that's going to be half decent data. Like, and they're talking 15 kilo a day is what the data's been collected on the last round. 15 kilo a day of barramundi whole was what was collected.
Is that bugger? That's bugger all.
That's bugger all.
To make a
that's
proper
one big
assessment
fish.
on it.
That's one big fish.
No one's making a living on one fish a day, right?
No, but that's what I'm saying. The skill isn't there.
Yeah.
So, I can make a living on it.
Yeah.
Quite easily. And I know 200 other people that if they really wanted to, they could.
But
you
if
know?
they were going to get serious, what sort of weights do you reckon they need to be collecting to make a proper assessment on it?
I'd say a ton a month is about where you'd want to be as a specialist line fisherman.
Yeah.
You know, there's guys like Chris Bolton that are doing it and have data already. So I think you'd need a ton a month. You got 9 months of the year, you got 9 ton plus bycatch.
So what's that, 30 a day basically?
No,
3 a
not
day.
even that. Not even that. 50
My-
kilo session.
My maths shit.
Say you do 200 days. 200 days, 50 kilo a day on average.
Yep.
So it's a typical thing. So
How do I play poker with that maths?
yeah.
Oh, shit, hang on,
watched
sorry.
you.
I said poker.
I watched you play poker with
Don't
that
come
maths.
for me in the comments.
But yeah, so it's one of those things. I think it doesn't matter which role. It's same with the tunnel netting. You and I aren't doing the tunnel netting, are we? No. So the people doing the tunnel netting trials are professionals who have done tunnel netting in Moreton Bay for the last 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you get professionals from the line fishing side doing it? They just don't, they don't class anyone outside of commercials as professionals. So, yeah.
It'd be like sending me out to go pig hunting and say, "Oh, how many pigs are you getting?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"1 a year."
exactly
Oh,
like
it's not viable industry.
Yeah.
You're like, "No, I'm not a pig hunter.
Yeah.
You'd be dead pretty quickly.
And
No,
also...
I'd be fishing.
yeah.
I'd be eating mud skippers."
They actually go pretty good.
Your mate Mudrick's
Mudrick.
Adam wanted to catch him.
But yeah, and to add on top of that, a lot of the guys who do have the line fishing permits don't want the nets to be removed,
Yeah, okay.
which makes sense. If you're an NX netter, you don't want the nets to be removed. So you're not going to go down and collect the best data you possibly can.
Oh, yeah, exactly. If you're doing the collection.
Pretty
yeah.
simple, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
Just
not
like-
having a go at them. It'd be no different to me. If I was going to collect data, well, I
Yeah,
want
if
to
you-
make sure it's good or bad, whichever way, which suits my agenda. Can't take it away from them, but yeah. So yeah, it's one of those interesting ones. And you wanted to talk about the trap fishing because everyone's talked about the tunnel
nets,
netting.
Yeah.
And the trap fishing is basically the same, just on a smaller
Just
scale, but inside
miniaturised
creeks
in
as
the
well.
creeks, yeah. I mean, I know the guy's going to be, it's the same as the tunnel nets. They've got to be working the area. They don't just leave them there over the night and nick off and come back in on the next tide. But it's essentially the same thing. They've got wings, 150 metres each side of and I'm not sure, they don't run across the creek. I'm fairly sure the wings run up and down.
Yeah, but they're only going to be angled. I'll
there's
look
a
at...
certain angle.
Yeah, you can have the angle and you can still wipe everything. I'll watch barra move up and down creeks. You've seen me at the mouths of creeks fishing. If you come out 10 metres off that bank, you are going to get a lot of barra doing that, and you're going to wipe species as well.
Yeah.
So,
But there's got to be space for everyone. I think we get so caught up on our area, and we go, well,
100%.
look at Rockhampton because now they're just, it's a mecca.
well, yeah,
But-
I've got a difference of attitude with Rockhampton. I think
Yeah.
it is not as good as everyone says. I'll get cut down, but I've fished Rocky. We had a business in Rocky, and to be able to fish at 5 or 6 tides a fortnight. Properly.
You put it that way.
Because being a big system, it's no different at Proserpine. It is a big barra setup, but you're basically catching the same fish. And those oceanic schools that were coming in, they don't seem to be coming in.
Okay.
I know this year's probably a little bit different with the rain they've had. Travis and the guys from Fishing Down Under. They've had some good schooling fish sessions and that sort of stuff. But up until, the last 3 or 4 years until this year, those smaller fish weren't there and as plentiful. So
Getting eaten by the meter 30s, are they?
wouldn't surprise me. But no, I think like the Townsville fishery, our Region 3, in the commercial side, which sort of goes from Cattle Creek, I think, down to north of Mackay, it's the best fishery in the world. And there's a reason why we have a 109-ton tack on it for Barra.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that they can take 109 ton from that region and it's still good.
So we can still catch fish. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the best fishery in the world. And if net fishing, you know, come unstuck and it didn't happen, well, it is easy to catch fish after that.
Wouldn't they be better off taking the net fishing to like remote places?
Make more logical sense, wouldn't it? So Princess Charlotte became no net fishing, and I think it was because of partly to do with the dugong and turtle habitat stuff that was years ago, and decisions were made.
Dugong does taste all right.
Yeah.
Don't want to get burnt there, but
So they you know, they did net free completely out of Princess Charlotte, and now you can line fish it, but the tack at the moment's 5 ton. What's the point in having something so remote that no one goes to, and only be able to take 5 ton of fish out of, when our region has 109 ton? Make more sense putting 50 ton up there. They rejuvenate quite well up there. It's a good fishery, and then make our region 60. And we go to line fishing, and 60 ton in our region can be caught so easily. We can do it. I can do it under my business with Jack and Dean and a few of those boys. Like 60 tons, fuck all, when you got the right people and you got no netting. So
is that when they're holding your fish in the photos? That's all they're there for.
they catch a few themselves too.
I don't know. Jack seems to recycle a lot of old photos when I'm away at work.
Does he? Yeah. See, I don't have him on Instagram or anything.
So what
Hey,
we're
that's
saying is
pretty
that
good.
our region is out of that balance
I
in terms of commercial quota.
I feel it is. So overall, I think it's 130 something ton, or 140 ton of Barra on the entire east coast,
Yeah.
and we're at 109 with 2 of the most built up cities.
Yeah.
Like the most built up city north of Brisbane, and Mackay there on its doorstep as well,
And growing.
and growing.
Growing big time if you look at the data they reckon over the next 10 years.
Yeah. So it does not make sense.
You've only got to look at the main street of Mackay when it's like high traffic. The amount of people that are living there now is crazy.
Yeah, I haven't been there for a while.
And it's one of those things like, we do have to find these numbers of fish somewhere, and the possibilities of having recreational commercial zones. I'm neither here nor there with that, but I just definitely think we need bays that are net free. Like at the moment, Cleveland Bay is net free, and it's the best that river has been. All those rivers have been in 30 years. Now people will go, oh, we just had the wet. Well, we've had 6 years of wet. We had plenty of times of wet, 2008, 2010. They were never as good as this. So numbers-wise, it's the best it's ever
The
been.
number of small fish too.
It's ridiculous.
It's
The recruitment is
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
So in like 3 or 4 years' time, as long as they don't, you know,
But
half of them will
but that's
probably
what they
they'll
do.
head oceanic. But you know,
But that's what they do, is they transition into the other areas that are highly netted, and they'll restock those areas, which is a good thing. But what it means by the end of the year is they get wiped again, so the population gets wiped and wiped and wiped. And I probably say it in a negative way, saying wiped, but they're actually being used. Like, we've still got to realise that everything that does get netted actually gets used.
yeah, feeds the country.
Yeah. So there's a good and a bad there. Not so much bad, I suppose, but yeah, like you need those zones to be able to breed. But if you're going to have major breeding creeks in our systems like cattle, Morrissey's, Horton, you know, all those sort of systems, Burdekin, why wouldn't you net free those ones and allow netting in the others? Like, and the reason it's not done that way is just because of the turtle and dugong habitats. So yeah.
Well, like they're saying now with they've got a lot of data on like your reef green zones, and they're saying that the trout that are in the green zones are the parent trout, and then the little ones are actually supplying the other ones. Whether you agree with the data or not, that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
You know, so can we keep our, like what we're saying is our Townsville region, a major large region, can we keep that and then let the stuff be caught elsewhere and spread out our quotas, maybe individualise the areas to a bit, you know, smaller.
Yep.
And then just
Well,
balance the whole
first of all,
system,
we need
so-
to know where the netting is going or staying before we can try and manage it. This is the hard bit, is if fisheries can't give an answer to yes or no, there is going to be no netting. So until that decision's made, then we can start, you know, once that decision's made, then we can start having the conversations with the commercial guys on the balance and how it needs to work.
Yeah.
I still think if you're going to take 100 tonne out of our region, you're better off open slathering it to line fishing and spreading that 100 tonne over the entire area, that's still a better ecosystem than netting half of it and taking everything out of those systems and wiping out massive breeding schools.
Yeah, because
you
can't pull the whole school
No,
line
you can't.
fishing. You
No,
can't.
that's
So you'll thin it down.
Yeah.
You're thinning,
Yeah.
you're not culling.
You get to about 40% from what I've seen with the way we've caught fish. You get about 40% of what that school is, and then they'll go, oh, we'll wander, and they'll find another school.
Yeah.
Especially those transitioning fish. And this is where people think, oh, they got on a snag and they caught 50 fish. Snag fish are totally, they're redundant to this conversation because they don't move. A lot of those snag fish don't move at all. They just move up and down the creek and in the snags. They don't go oceanic. They don't transition into other systems. So barras work differently, and a lot of people don't understand how different schools move in different areas. So it's an interesting one when you start looking at netting, and that's why the size of the net fish are always over 75, is because they're the transitioning fish.
They're such a cool species. Like
They are awesome, hey.
Like,
They're
they're
just the most fun thing. And this is
everywhere.
part of the attraction to me. Like when, I was having conversations with pro crabbers and pro trouties and pro fishers about, how you can't make a living out of line fishing for barra, but you can. And I know you can. And I have, I will do it if I can.
Yep.
And the reason for it is because it is so enjoyable. So if I can do 250 days on the water and collect 10 or 15 tonne for the locals of Townsville, while enjoying myself, while not killing a meatery, like you're still looking after the areas a lot better than you could with a net. I just think that's an incredible business and an incredible future. Like to me, it's how much fun.
Well, yeah, you're almost creating a new industry, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, you've got all your boys who are your guide, potential guides for the future.
Yeah.
Then they got their mates and people. All of a sudden, there's this industry for them to go into,
100%.
and you're like,
There's
yeah,
an
we can do
option.
this. Hey, instead of being a tradie and standing in the sun on a roof, how about you come out here and we'll have a good time and do the same thing? But,
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Like how many netters, how many pro netters, how many people just become commercial netters just because they turned 20 and felt like they wanted a business? It's not really something you actually look at. It's usually a generational thing.
Your dad did it. Your uncle, you got in with him.
Yeah. So times are changing, and I think there's cool options, and there should be cool options for those guys too to have that sort of business in the industry. You're right, Matty. Just bang the table a bit more and
I just stood on the
step
dog.
on my dog and do what you got to do.
I thought I was worried you were going
So yeah, it's interesting times, and I think the next 2 or 3 years we'll have some good answers, and hopefully we can still be catching the tonnage for the locals and people of Queensland, and there can still be good money made by commercial fishing, as well as us having fun. Yeah, no, just bang the table, mate.
I can't help it.
You want a sledgehammer or? But yeah, so back on to how cool barra are. Like I've watched a few of your videos. Now I'm very big on the fact that I don't watch YouTube.
Yeah.
And I forced myself the other day, the Hinchinbrook one.
Oh yeah. Just
and
the other week.
it's just it's obviously good mates catching fish, having fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's to me that's everything that we've done on Charter, how we've built a business around. So I could possibly watch that.
Well, I'm not the kind of guy to big note myself, but I will give the guys in the boat with me a bit of curry.
Yeah.
But like the one of the funnest parts for me was rewatching when I've just popped the pop. I'm like, I'll do an intro. I never do them. I never talk to the camera, which is why YouTube. You become a character. And
Yeah.
I don't do much of that,
Yeah.
so I'm not very popular, which is fine with me. But I'll do it. Okay, here we go. Blah blah blah. And I see my mate start pulling his pants down, but I couldn't see it because my camera doesn't have a feedback. So I'm just
that's
blah blah blah. And he's like, "I'm taking a leak."
I'll tell you even funnier one, but along those lines, Timmy Brettle, one of our mates, it took Tim and Fabian years ago when I first started AFS Charters, which is a barra fishing side, and we got some barra. I think we fished Gentle Annie or one of those creeks up north.
Yeah.
And we got some barras, and I put the Facebook posts up and everything. And one of the photos is Fabian holding a nice barra, and Timmy's lifted his shorts and has one nutsack hanging out. And it was like 5 days before Timmy sends me a screenshot and goes, maybe you want to pull that one down. And I'm like, oh, no. And then he goes, have a look between my legs. I'm like, oh. So it's cool having those moments, but at least you picked it up and had a bit of a laugh with it. Like,
well, and then the other bit, my wife's like, oh, that's my favourite moment. I was bending over this little barra and it's jumping around and it's just going little sack whack from underneath and I've got, I've got the balls. And my wife, she's pissing herself laughing. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's a bit harsh, eh?
And she's just laughing and laughing. Like, it's my favourite part of any video you've ever done. She's crying. And I'm like, oh.
You just don't understand.
Thanks.
Just the slightest touch.
Thanks, honey.
Can bring a man to his knees.
I thought you loved me.
Yeah.
You thought pregnancy was bad.
Yeah, exactly. I just had a child. That was the same pain as having a child. We're even.
Fuck, we're going to get in trouble this week.
I think I'm in trouble.
You know, like, time away with your mates. And I've got 2 young boys and they're just starting to want to do a bit more. And I just can't wait.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get, when they're 13 to 18, Dad, can we go to Lucinda for the weekend?
Yeah, they'll cost you a mint.
Ask your mum.
Yeah.
And if she says yes, I'm like, let's go, boys.
Yeah.
We're going.
Well, my deal with Eva was always, if you were straight B's or better, then we could go fishing whenever, during the week, whatever. We would just go. Mm-hmm. But she's got no one to go fishing. Absolutely none. So, yeah, hopefully your boys, like, I think the key is now at that stage, get them in, get them hooked, and they won't leave it.
She did it all early.
Whereas, I did that with Eva, but it was when she was about 6. So that was it, done. She's caught them. She hates it.
Well, last time a little guy went up the creek, we're up there, and he's like, oh, Dad, my arm's a bit sore. I'm like, no worries, mate. Sit down. There's the esky there. Let's have a drink, you know. Okay, so I'm having a few casts, and he opens the esky, grabs his water, grabs a packet of chips. He's 2 minutes of just chewing into this bag of chips. He goes, Dad? I'm like, yeah, mate. He's like, I love fishing. He's just eating. He's just eating chips. I'm like, well, that'll do me. I'll take it.
And creek fishing's like that, though. You don't see what's going through their mind because there is so much going on. So you think they're just sitting there chilling, but there's a bird. There's a fucking big mud skipper. There's those, little fiddler crabs. There's so much going on.
That's
that
the biggest
kids
crab
love.
I've ever seen.
It?
It's like, it's 20 centimeters. It's like 2 inches, mate.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we've got the pots in. We'll get big muddy soon.
Yeah.
That's big for some people.
Have you found the amount of floating crabs in the creeks? Have you any thought on those in the last month? I've noticed
I'm not.
hundreds more.
Mine are all too small. They're all undersized. They're not throwing them back.
Yeah.
You get like 20 in a pot.
No, I mean
and
just
they're all little.
free floating when you're
Oh,
fishing.
free swimming. Yeah. No, we've seen. Actually, we were at Morrissey's for 2 days. We saw 4 Jennies just swimming along in the creek.
Yeah, Jennies and bucks, I've been, it's been ridiculous, the amount that have gone past that you could hit with a scoop. There was a couple of leaguer ones. Trevor, our canvas guy, tried to have a go with an Enviro net. Couldn't have done anything more spastic at all.
You can't move those things in the water.
He puts it in and goes... It's like, you want to scoop it at any stage, mate? So we didn't get a mud crab there. But yeah, so many of them. One actually went through the electric. It's like, oh, poor bastard.
Oh, is that a rock?
He's got no legs. He's got no legs. But yeah, the last month has been pretty cool. I don't know whether it's been 5 years since I've really focused on Barra and spent that much time on water. So I don't know whether it's this year and everything's going well. That there's so many of them.
We got 2 online, like flicking plastics. Just land them on the edge, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, got a bit of a tree. I'll just give a little flick off, and then all of a sudden, little crabs like you're dangling. You're like, let go. You give them a little slap.
Don't fuck my plastic. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, my flasher. It won't be straight. Got a little flasher under
it's
there.
flashing, all right. It's spinning twice as hard.
The fishing's been great while I've been away at work.
Always is.
Got home Tuesday.
Yeah, got another 3 metres last week. Sorry. Yeah. 3 for clients, 3 for myself.
What can I say?
Oh,
Hopefully there's fish
Windy
in the
Matty
freezer, I'll
Parker.
take some.
We call it Windy
It
Matty
annoys the
Parker.
shit
Every
out.
week that he's back, it's windy.
It blows up the night I go home.
What do you got on next Sunday?
Next Sunday, I'm in Melbourne.
Oh,
Actually, I've got a gig to go down to Melbourne and for some extracurricular activities that I have. That,
Cool.
Yeah, so that'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but yeah, it's funny. If the wind's up or you're away, I don't look at the tides. I don't want to know, because you'll get depressed.
Yeah.
It's been, I think, 2 weeks since I've taken a boat out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be another 2 weeks before I can get
Well, I
take
think
her out
I've said it
again.
on that. I think I've said it like since taking a step back from the reef stuff over the last 4 months. It has been so nice not looking at the weather.
Well, you're not bound
People
by it,
don't
right?
understand, like with the old boat, every day you had to be making a decision, calling a client, sorting the next day. Whereas the last 4 or 5 months, I couldn't care less if it was 25 knots. I'd still go wherever I wanted to go and fish barrow-wise. So I've just never had that pressure of, oh, shit, we've got to cancel or we're going or, everything's up in the air. And the reason for next Sunday was we're actually bringing in Vanguard will be here and ready set up. So we're going to have an open day down at, I think at the moment it's looking like the Ross River boating precinct.
Yeah,
so we're just waiting on council approval. So Nick DeMetto, please push that through. But,
he's
but
good
I'll,
with that.
I'll send him a message and get him down there too. See if we can get him down there. So
Tell him
he'll
you
be
put
good.
an open throttle for him.
He's good with anything water sports.
Oh, he loves
So,
it. Loves
yeah.
a big
I heard
engine.
you're going to have free caps, shirts, and lures down there for
Free
people.
caps, shirts, and lures for everybody. Yep.
Joking.
Yep.
Joking.
Yeah, shit, yeah. We'll
Joking.
I'll take one of each, and then we're out. Sorry, guys. Fuck you, Matty Parker.
I don't want to share the shark
Yeah,
with him.
we would have had an Oceanic Mafia podcast, but someone apparently has to work. And,
The joys of week on, week off.
But yeah, I think it'll be cool having that boat there, and just open day for 4 or 5 hours where we'll have a coffee truck and coffee van, and people just can come and have a look at the boat. I think it is something pretty special for the region. So
Well,
it'll
all the
be
people
cool.
who've ever been on Audacity or heard about it or been told, hey, it's the charter to go on, like you see it on social media. People do talk about it a lot,
Yeah.
So like, hey, this is here. Oh, geez, I might go down. I got a bit of time. We'll go down and have a look and see what they're doing. Oh, geez, I like this. Oh, a bit of aircon.
Yeah,
This ain't
it's-
bad.
it's
I
a
might,
little bit
I might do a
sexy
summer.
inside.
Might do a summer charter instead of worrying about
Yeah.
winter only.
Exactly. It'll be an eye opener, and I haven't seen it since I test drove it. So for me, I've seen photos and everything, and Matt's been working hard on it. So for me,
I thought you went down and had a look.
no,
Yeah, right.
Sue did.
So
Are
it's-
we sure it's been getting worked on, or has Matt just been taking his mates out and just having overnighters?
It could be. Yeah, it might have actually run a market in
it's been
Brisbane.
re-
and
it-
it's been running for 2 years in Brisbane.
It's been ready since February.
He's
Hey,
been
if it
been
was-
netting those threadies in the
it
low.
was- yeah.
Out of the big boat.
Be like a prawn trawler going down the main river there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Nah, it'll
Christmas
be
for
good.
you, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it will be good. It opens up a lot of avenues, and I think it's just good for everyone in Townsville. So an added bonus for people who want cruises and sunset cruises, and I think Sue's organising at Christmas time a dinner night where there's 16 people on the boat having a dinner, which is cool. Or even just like Peppers, go over to Maggie Island and jump off. Well, obviously not jump off in the water, but we transfer everyone over there. You can have dinner there at one of the restaurants and then transfer them back and have the lights on them.
And a boat like that doesn't need to be limited to Maggie. Like, actually, we're doing a Palms Day. We're going to go around the Palms and we'll schedule everything.
Yeah, well, I've talked to Goody, one of my mates, who's operations manager at Sea Link, sorry. The reason they don't do it is because they need big numbers. But there might be options for, up to 20 people doing Orpheus Island and Palm Island, and there's
Just don't offer Christmas parties.
Christmas hens parties are the worst. Don't worry, bucks are all right.
I might cook for the hens
Hens
party.
No, you don't want to be on a hens party, mate. You get locked in the toilet with a hen.
I don't have that issues, mate. I'm
Worst
good.
experience of my life.
Is this like that Sam Barra story?
No, this one actually happened.
Bit of soft coral,
scary.
was it, you reckon?
Green.
Green soft coral?
Fuck his boat.
Did you listen to the last podcast?
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh,
Gary.
I haven't
man.
finished it yet.
Oh man, it was hilarious. Adam didn't have an answer for his old man. It was good.
Oh, I noticed there was a big chunk where there was a break. I imagine that break would have been
well,
absolute
Sue actually had to
gold.
talk to us today about that. She's like, you slowed down a little bit, and you were talking a bit too much shit, and a couple of things.
I think that
shouldn't
comes
have actually been said. And
I think that comes with the territory of a Gaz conversation.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Because like it does go like people don't like us talking about poker, fair, but then We were getting tips for the horses.
But what we do need is to have a structured one with him in about 3 months' time, because I've got so many questions about the Prossie days and the fishing and that sort of stuff. But I need to actually sit down and go through.
We just needed the easy men
bunch of questions rather than let him ramble on. Hey, he'll love talking.
Can talk. Give a Panadol a headache.
That's where I got it from.
So what got you into filming?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think I had a camera and I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I like fishing. I'll
There
take
was-
it along, do a little bit.
No sort of inspiration, or you just thought,
No,
fuck it,
no,
people
I-
might want to be
You didn't
keen?
start with OnlyFans and then transition to fishing?
No, not with this body.
Yeah, I was the same. I tried to, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I grew up, we grew up in Brizzy actually. So I'll start with the origin story. And we would go to the Gold Coast, down to sort of Currumbin area every year. And you know, we weren't a very wealthy family, but mum and dad got us a holiday every year. So man, fishing was like one of the things we did. And as we got older, my older brother and sister stopped coming as much, and so it was just me and mum and dad. And mum and dad, we're gonna go shopping. You know, I'm like, all right, see yous. I've got to get out. I grabbed the yabby pump, grabbed the rod, off you go. And I just started fishing for myself, and I was like, this is real good. I'm having a great time. So mum and dad come home from shopping. They're like, here's all the food. I'm like, there's 10 dart and 3 whiting. We've got dinner for the next 3 nights, so you're welcome, sort of thing. And so, you know, it's just fun. And then as you get a bit older, you know, I met some mates who are into fishing, and we're like, what kind of fishing? You know, because, you know, everyone's sort of into a different style, a different everything. And they're like, well, we go up the Cape with my dad and my uncle every 2 years, and we go chase barra on lures. And I was like, that sounds like a lot of fun. Sure enough, I've never been invited on one of those trips in the last 25 years since I've known these guys, but that's okay. And we just started, we'll get into a bit of this soft plastic was just starting. So we started going the canals, throwing brim, little plastics and bits and pieces, and just made a few friends. And then it just evolved. And then all of a sudden it's like, one of our mates has got a boat. Let's plan a trip. So, of course, what do? We're planning to go to the Gulf. We're about to go and it's flooding. We'll change our mind. We'll go to Hinchinbrook instead. First time we ever went to Hinchinbrook. We caught 1 trevally, 1 queenfish, and an undersized barra. So it was the first time. We'd never been there. We had no idea.
I think that's everyone's first
Launched
trip
from
to Hinchy.
Dungeness, you know. It's shocking. Like, all right, next year we're going. Mate's dad's coming. We're going in his boat. There's only 4 of us in this one boat. Sure enough, Gulf's flooded again. We'll go to Hinchinbrook. Look, you know, we had a dud trip. Little did we know, 2 months earlier was when Yazi had come through. And my goodness, it was just barra everywhere. The funny thing was for me, that trip, every single 4 blokes in the boat, the other 3 guys never caught 1 undersized barra. All of them were legal. You know, it's barra. Had the best time. We were casting in the middle of nowhere catching barra. Any drain that had a trickle, barra. I did not catch 1 legal barra. And I was getting stressed. I was like, this is rough. I was getting real angry. And I was like, and we had 2 more days. And I was like, all right, I'm not a big drinker, right? I'll have a couple of drinks every now and then. But I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, I need to have a drink. I need to calm myself down. So we went to the Bottle-O at Halifax, grabbed a 4-pack, sat down, had a few drinks. And I was like, man, I'm catching 10 to 30 barra. They're just small. Who cares? It's great fun. They're jumping. They're going crazy. It's a fun, like, I'm the butt of all the jokes. It's great. Everyone's having a good time. And then from then, the last 2 days, nothing changed. I still caught small barra. But we were just laughing and having fun. And then from then on, Hinchinbrook became the boys' trip. Yeah. Every year, we'd come up, do the boys' trip. No, we never caught it as many barras after the barra farm got wiped out from Yazi.
I remember one year a croc got into the net up there too.
Yeah.
Released 120,000 barra into the channel.
Maybe that was the next year when I did all right. But, you know, then whatever, lived in Bundy for a few years, back to Brisbane, and then the opportunity for the job up here in Townsville came.
Yep.
And I was like, well, we were happy not to live in Brisbane anymore. So we're like, sweet, let's go for it and let's just see what happens. And I think it's 12 years I've been here now, and yeah, there's no going back. Yeah. I'm not going back to Brisbane, I can promise you that.
I could imagine.
So yeah, and just loving just the life up here. Yeah. The ability to, the kids aren't in that inner city Brisbane mentality. You know, we're going fishing. They think about throwing the cast now. My boys, they'll grab their rod. I'll tie a little lure on with no hooks, and they'll just go in the front yard and practice casting with Dad.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's scratches on the cars, pings on all the bits of the windows in the house, they'll be getting hit with lures. But it's just I don't know, it's just a life that it makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, it's a life I'm happy with and enjoying, even though life's hard at the moment, with just the world and everything that's going on. But, it's so good. It's so good. And I've caught 2 metre barra since I've been up here. So, I've sort of ticked a little bit of a saltwater, not freshies.
That's more than Matty. And he's lived here all his
they'll
life.
both luck, but, I'll take it. Yeah.
You're going to take luck, mate.
Oh, yeah. So
Did you
it's
ever
just awesome.
catch a southeast Queensland mangrove jack?
Southeast? Only little ones.
Yeah, because my mate, he lives down there, and he just made it his life's mission. Poor bastard.
They weren't there. The jacks were not in the canals when we used to fish Gold Coast. They were very rare. Maybe you'd hear someone got one that was maybe mid-40s,
Yep.
but they were not the landlocked monsters, the 70s, the 80s that people are getting now. I don't know what happened down there, whether it's the dredging, the this, that. They were there, but they were only small. But then now it's just bonkers, yeah.
Looks like they've got a breeding cycle down there,
Well, they don't go to the reef.
which is cool. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like here, the big ones go to the reef. The big ones don't need to go to the reef down there because
No.
there's not really proper reef that they want to go to. So yeah, it's
I
interesting.
think they have 2 different life cycles as well. So everyone's always by the opinion that the big ones go to the reef. I think they do have, because I've seen 30 and 40 centimetre ones at the reef, and I've seen 60s in the creek. So I just think down there, it's probably just coming to the amount of bait and stuff. Like, they're easing off in regards to the netting and the amount of bait netting that was done down there and things like that. So,
well, and the mentality's changed around fishing. In the last
everyone lets
30
them go.
years. Yeah.
So that's a big thing too. And, mangrove jack and cod are your 2 fish that you're always going to catch. So if you let that mangrove jack go in that big set of snags, he's going to be there in 2 weeks' time. Same with that big black spot cod. But if you take him, it takes a while to get another one that size in that area.
Yeah, because he's the man.
Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, that's cool. So Townsville does have so many options when it comes to fishing. So I can totally understand your story there, and especially with 2 young boys, how awesome, the next 10, 15 years can be.
Yeah,
That's-
I mean,
that's so
even the
cool.
fact that I can still drop out the Ross, go out the front, I can pump some yabbies and get the experience of what I did as a kid learning
Yes.
fishing,
Yeah.
except maybe we're doing it in a boat because there's a few crocs and things we need a bit of safety.
Yeah.
And we pop down the mouth of Coco, Crocky, and just on the incoming, outgoing,
Yep.
just catching little fish after having a great time. How was that, boys? Yeah, Dad, let's go. Obviously, little kids want to keep everything and eat them. And
Yeah. Have you side scanned some of those creeks in the last couple of weeks or 3, 4 weeks now?
I haven't been down the
massive
Cape
schools
since.
of little grunters, and
Yeah.
it's ridiculous the amount of life there, which is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Cape outside of the creeks is such an untouched potential that people are going to get there eventually. But there's so many,
we
just
don't
a
need
little,
to talk about that.
a little divot, and all of a sudden there's 60 centimetre grunter being regularly. And
It's shit. They only go into the creeks. You don't fish outside the creeks at Cape Cleveland.
Maybe
But the
People
time
will find my little wrecks.
But the time people are going to have to
telling
invest. If that you have to
You're right,
invest
you're
so
right,
much
yeah.
time, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and that's the reason I don't do a lot of that style is because I can only have 30 days on the water a year, let's say, with work and life and whatever.
Yeah.
So I want to have fun.
When
I
you're
wanna
talking
enjoy
time,
myself.
you're talking in regards to how many hills hoists you can drop, or clothes dryers, or anything like that. No, okay.
No, definitely not me. I can't. My back's too bad. I can't lift anything heavy.
some people would.
We
knock
did them in the
trolleys
old
off
days.
island.
I tell you what, those old hills hoists, they're so good. Put a Besser brick on the main pole, Besser brick on the two of the other poles, and have it landing on its side. The best spot. I haven't done it for years. It was probably legal when I did do it, all of that. But they do make an epic spot. Grunter, all of that sort of stuff. Finger mark. So you're right.
Well,
there
then they
is-
can
it
do it.
is
Southeast Queensland, the government will pay people to do it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
our bay.
we live in
has
Grumper
potential.
waters. Yeah.
Like that. That's got such big potential. I
Oh,
think.
yeah. Well, we've
But
had
the
this
weather's-
conversation
and
in
the weather-
regards to jumping boats.
Yeah.
Put the old Navy boats or anything like that. Put one every 100 kilometres up the east coast, or every 50 kilometres up the east coast, like Yongala. have a Yongala every 50k up and down the coast. Like have one for diving and one for fishing, and it's like
And watch the fishing one get hit by bull sharks.
yeah, exactly.
You won't catch much there.
But no, we do live in a pretty cool part of the world, so it's we've just got the dogs and the 2 children coming down the stairs now. That's me little red cattle dog. It's me little buddy.
Yeah.
So loves me more than anyone else in this family. It's
I've been trying to scare the shit out of Eva.
Oh, did you? Yeah, that's right.
And the 2 dogs.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't try and bite you through
I'm
the
just
fence.
surprised Steve didn't go all Superman over the fence at me.
He's a vicious little shit.
Oh, he
red
jumped
cattle
up.
dog.
Yeah.
He jumped up a meter and tried to hit me through the door
Good on him.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I would too, if I could.
Except to hurt my rotator cuff.
Dog's crazy.
Yeah, he wouldn't throw a pie in your face. We haven't put that up, eh? I don't think we actually talked about it. Did we?
No, I put it on the food Instagram.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'll listen to the podcast and I haven't heard
Oh,
it.
haven't you?
No.
No.
No,
so
that was
someone-
before a podcast.
Oh, was it?
That
Yeah.
wasn't during the podcast.
So he's got a jalapeno pie, and I didn't know it. And I don't do hot stuff, and I peeled this fucking jalapeno off the top of the pie, and I
Yeah,
said it's not going to be hot. Like I don't do hot. If this is hot, I'm going to smash it in your face. No, it's not hot. It's I don't think he realised that I was going to throw it in his face. So yeah, had one taste and no, just let yourselves in, dog. And then had one taste and rubbed it in his face. So they're all good. Once you're sitting down, you want to chuck him out the back, Matty?
I love dogs.
Lock him in.
You're unreal.
Lock him out the back.
We got a bull Arab cross red cattle,
Yeah.
and he's just chilled.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah. The key is as long as they don't let anyone in. Like, love your family, do what they do, but they won't let anyone in. So
That's perfect.
That's
That's what you want.
that's how we bred
Because if
them.
anyone gets past Steve, then you got Bailey.
Well, Sue actually said to me today, I'm getting a dog cage so we can train our dogs.
It's a bit late.
And I'm like, why are we getting a dog cage? I said, we got this house so that they could run wherever they want. It's their house.
It's a bit late, Susan.
Yeah, Susan. So I sort of got up her and said, she said, what happens if they bite someone? It's like, I welcome it.
If someone
Right.
comes in the yard after hearing dogs bark, they
Yeah.
deserve it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because basically all he's saying is stay the fuck out of my yard.
Yeah, and people like Matty just think they can just walk in.
I do.
So he goes them.
As long as she doesn't get a cage that you can just fit your body into, because then there's question marks.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. And if I don't like it,
Big
you
cage.
Can just dump it. You can just dump it in Cleveland Bay and
Cleveland
it'll be
Bay,
worth
yeah.
20 grunner. 3 finger, mate.
A couple of sand bass on them, I heard.
Well, that's Magnetic Island.
The Sandbarrow.
Strand Jetty, Magnetic Island. Oh, we're going back to this. Oh, fuck. I
let
need to
you-
go back to the Strand Jetty and just catch one. I think I just need to. Just to prove myself.
Sit there for 6 days.
So other than the fishing, what brought you to Townsville?
It was the job. Yeah, I work at the hospital as a cardiac scientist. So there was a job, an opportunity, and I've always loved fishing. You know, we did the boys' trips to Hinchinbrook. So it was like, well, we're happy to get out of Brisbane. Let's give this a shot and see what it's like. And I feel like it's home now. Even though, we don't have family up here, we've got so many people, friends, family, church, all these other things that are like your family.
Yep.
So it's all there. So we just love.
Townsville does
Love
get
it
like
up
that,
here.
but
It's got a good. There's tricky parts of Townsville, but there is a good vibe. Like people come and go,
Yeah.
but generally speaking, people come and they'll put in everything while they're here. When we were in Bundy, it was a little bit standoffish. It was a bit of that, like that Ingham. If you want not from here, do we really,
Small
but
town
Townsville
mentality,
hasn't.
you can't get rid of that in those little towns.
Yeah, but Townsville's been great to us, and we've loved it. And hopefully do a lot more fishing.
Yeah.
And stay here as long as possible. I love it.
Yeah.
Get the polycraft out on the water as many days as I
Oh,
can.
you get the poly?
Yeah, I'm a poly man. I thought I'd slip that in.
We won't hold that against them.
Hey, I don't know, I'm not saying it's me or the polycraft. I've had one fish sharked whilst in my boat since I've had it. And that was a cod up Sunday Creek at Hinchinbrook.
Okay.
So I don't know if it makes a different noise, because we know, and I mean, I don't take it out in the blue water and stuff like that because it's a small boat. But even up the creeks, we'll see bull sharks come through and we'll catch a fish and I don't know what it is, and I'll probably now get smashed by sharks for the next 10 years.
I've got a couple of spots you can go to and test that theory. Good luck to it. No, but it's got to be quieter than a tinny.
And it's stable.
Yeah.
So, like, me and three, like the last video I put up, me and three mates, or two mates, we're all 100 kegs plus, and we've sat, all three of us, on the edge looking at a fish ready to net it, and it leans maybe 5-10 degrees tops.
Yeah.
Like if you did that in a tinny, you're all in the drink, you know. Yeah. So it's heavy, it's slow, just like me, but
Hey, paddle along.
it's yeah. I know it's very nice. I like it. It goes shallow. If you watch any of the stuff I do, most of my fishing is 3 meters to less.
Yep.
You know, a foot sometimes. So I do a lot of shallow water fishing because it enhances that visual aspect.
Yep. Well, it's one of those things, and I actually had a chat with Luke and Neil about it today, and we were talking about live scope and how people diss live scope users and all that sort of stuff, and it's how you fish and what you fish. You know, like I don't really want to fish anything but live scope anymore because I enjoy that. But if you took live scope off me, I'd be up in the flats.
Yeah.
You know, the only time I want to fish without live scope is if I can see my fish hitting
Well,
the
look,
lure.
I'll happily take it off you, and you can go fish the flats.
We'll just swap boats for a day now. I'll fucking sink your polycraft. Fuck hell.
I've almost done it.
But no, when you're talking about polys and how quiet they are, like, yeah, polys and glass boats, it wasn't until, where were we? I think we were over at the bay the other day with, I don't know, it was Jack or one of the boys, and you could hear the tinny, and he would have been 60 metres away from us, and it was a bit choppy, like there was a bit of breeze there.
Yeah.
And you could hear each wave smashing the side of his boat. Like, for an hour.
That water slap.
It was that annoying to me that we ended up moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, can you imagine what the fish are hearing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and to be honest, it might only affect 1% of the fish. You know, your sonars and your sounders and that will annoy the fish a lot more. But yeah, just the loudness of it. I could not go back to a tin boat. You know, obviously plate boats are a little bit more solid, so they're probably not as loud. But yeah, some of those light pressed hulls are just loud.
No, it's very loud. It doesn't even it doesn't even need to be a chop. It can just be like literally little ripples. And the boat goes up on an angle and it comes down as the ripple hits and sort of makes just that, 5% extra slap.
Yep.
Yeah, they're loud. And I'm not saying everyone should go out there and get a polycraft boat because they're like driving an old tub.
What I've never understood with polys is why haven't they built different versions? Like they've got 2 or 3 different options, but they've always been the same since day dot.
No, they had a 4.5, and I think they modified it to a 4.5.
Yeah, but they've always been that similar
like
V
the same
sort
shape.
Of thing. Like, why wouldn't they make a punt version? Why wouldn't they make?
Yeah, who knows?
Like
the dynamic. There's probably a reason.
Yeah.
Main one's probably because they have to make another mold.
Yeah.
And then that's going to cost a lot more. So if you're making another mold and you don't sell it, you're not making money.
Yeah, true.
But
I just think
maybe
the punt would sell.
The thickness and the size and because those Smart Wave were like the poly, and it was different, but they never took off in Australia.
No, I didn't like them.
No, and so there's obviously reasons, polys, and maybe it's just got to do with the water dynamics and the thickness and the
I think the polycrafts are a better quality than the Smart Waves. We had a Smart Wave at Camp Island as one of the charter boats there. It was a 4.6 or whatever it was. And I just, the way the console was way forward. It just seemed unbalanced. You couldn't do anything out of it apart from doing, 2 people transfers and wet. Oh my God! You may as well just put a bilge pump on it.
The mine's pretty wet. I won't lie. It is coming back from the Cape. If there's more than 5 knots, it's you're getting wet. That's for sure.
Enjoyable though. There's a little bit of splash from the Cape's good.
Well, I always try and make sure if the wind's going a certain angle, that
poke out and come back at it.
Well, the other side of the boat gets wet, not the side I sit on.
Yeah, I've started to do that even with clients.
And if it is, then I'll change the angle so you go into it a bit more directly and then come across it, so you don't.
Especially the ones that are pissing you off.
No clients piss me off.
They're the ones that pay the bills.
Secretly.
No, they're right.
Just Deegan.
They're right. Yeah, lucky he's not a client. He's the scoop man. He's a good scoop man.
How is the kid? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's down in Brisbane. bringing the boat back.
Oh, is
with
he?
Bryce? So yeah, I don't know whether the smile's off his face yet or whatever. He would have got down there, saw the boat, and be smiling like a kid on a bus, like just loving it. I saw a couple of photos of him where he's just in heaven. So
I'm surprised I haven't gotten any snaps off him.
yeah, I think he's just keeping it all under. I think Matt's told everyone to keep it all under wraps until we have the open day, I would say.
Yep.
So yeah, no, he's doing good. He's doing good, the young man. So yeah.
So
So
what's-
biggest barra? Let me get to
Biggest
that.
barra
You
was,
said 2 meteries.
Yeah, 113.
It's a good fish.
Yeah, that was it was probably come out from the swamps. It was up after about 2 months after the 2019 flood.
Yep.
Up Morrissey's, it was all tannin, tilapia filled with water, and yeah, 5th cast of the day. It was funny. I was there, and I'm like, something's weird about this. I'm like, I'm gonna find the biggest hard body I've got in my tackle box. I don't care what it is. I just want the biggest thing there. It's gonna just have a bit of a wobble, and it happened to be my cousin. He used to make a few lures down at Yamba for Jew. I said, make me one like that, but a bit more like a bit more barra, like a mullet, something a bit nicer. So he made me this black and gold thing. No, sorry, black and silver with a bit of pink. And it just had this big boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh, gee, like you'd feel it. You're like fighting it. It's like, okay, cool. So I cast, 5th cast, off the little point, twitched, wound it down, stopped, and there's this little pluck. I was like, oh, geez, what's that? Oh, yeah, oh. And then it just jumped, and I was like, I was not ready. I was using a 3 to 6 kilo Shimano Bass Raider.
Yeah.
It was this old bass rod I had. I used to troll with it for Trevally down the Gold Coast. I've still got it now, and I'm like, oh no, and then just fought it, and it was all of that weed that's come out from the up the top of Morrissey's, and it's just all through that. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna land this, and yeah, got it to the boat, and mate was with me. We tried to net it, it literally didn't fit in the net. We're like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, oh, that's it. I'll grab it. I'll just grab it, pull it in, and I was like, I'm not gonna grab it and pull it in. I'm gonna kill it. If I grab it and the mouth under there, I'm just gonna kill it. So then we just got it in the net again, and it was one of those old sort of stretchy, the Berkeley nets, the red tin.
Yeah.
And so the net would stretch, and so we got it most of the way in, and we just pushed it, stretched it, and its tail just flicked in and under, and then we lifted it up from underneath.
Yeah.
Took a few happy snaps and let the big girl go, and yeah, that was the only touch we got the whole day.
Yeah.
That was it. We
Worth
saw tilapia and that fish, and yeah, that was a special one.
Big fat one.
Long, but like not real high, so
Yeah.
long and wide, but I didn't have that. You know how the
Yeah, it probably wasn't a swamp barra. It's probably just one that's gone up there for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, could've
eating
been, yeah.
eating all the stuff.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them. We got a few over in the bay the other day, and one was, I think it was one went 112 and 108, but the 112 was very heavy, but not a big tall fish either. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like a Ross River escape either.
Yeah.
But it was definitely 6 kilo bigger than the 108, I'd say.
Yeah, it's amazing the girth they get
Yeah.
on. It's such an awkward word to use.
Yeah.
They get a bit girthy. Good on them.
Awkward when you're pulling them up and trying to hold them up for a photo. That's the hard
Oh
bit.
yeah, I am a bit of a sucker for holding a nice little barra about 55, 60 and holding it out like it's 70 or 80 for
Well,
the
it's
photo.
easy, yeah.
Yeah, it's easy, but I couldn't. I was
No.
hugging this big girl.
Yeah.
It was tight.
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
hopeless
chest.
with big barra. I just hug them and then take a photo and throw it. Like people go, oh, why didn't you get a better photo? And it's like, it's a lot of fucking around.
The longer
People
they're out
don't
of the water, the
realise.
worse that is.
Yeah, people don't realise if you want to get that absolute mint photo where you're holding it out on an angle and blah blah blah, and you're talking meter 10 meter plus fish, you're gonna drop the odd one.
Especially if
So
you haven't fought them for a long time.
Yeah.
They got a lot of power in those tails.
yeah.
If you've copped a couple to the chest or something, you feel it.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah,
strong
shit, yeah.
fish. They're-
And that's why you
Just
always
awesome.
give credit to the guys that just hold them. You know, just bear hug it.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather that photo than something that's nice pointed out. And
Yeah. You know they're letting it go. They're,
Yeah.
they're caring about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So you do a lot of jack fishing?
Oh,
Like you do that style of fishing?
yeah, so I do
a
a lot of sort of that snag bashing. Primarily, like I'd love to learn how all these oceanic fish move in and out and do all of that, but I don't fish enough days in a year
No.
to learn it properly, so that when I go fishing, I can have fun. So
well,
fishing's
you're not going to have fun when you start ticking that because
Yeah.
there's so much negativity with not knowing.
yeah.
And why the fuck are they not there? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Last week I went on the same tide, and they're not here. Like what? If you're not doing it every day, there is so much negative spin you can have, and you're not going to learn it properly. So that's the hard bit.
Yeah. So when I got my certain number of days fishing a year, I want to have the best time each day possible, no matter. And even if that's a dud day, you're still going to learn. You're going to develop.
Of course.
But yeah, so I spend a lot of time snag fishing, just that visual aspect, that shallow water fishing. Jacks are great fun, but again, one of my favourite types of jack fishing is just topwater frogs, just skipping them right in there. And the downside is they'll hit them on the way in as often as they'll hit them on the way out, which usually means that I'm driving in and then having a look and seeing have they spat the lure and I'm stuck on a mangrove root, or are they still 6 metres back?
Am I going to swim in for that fish? Is it worth
Well,
swimming
I never swim for it. I'm not like Jimmy.
Crocs aren't very agile around mangrove roots.
Yeah, neither am I.
They're still they're still making lures, so you'll be right.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it, eh?
So I honestly, I'd say probably 30% of the jacks, especially once they're over 40, 30% of them I probably go in and get out of the snags because I'll skip frogs as far back as I can and just see what happens.
I love eating them too, so kill them all.
Shout out to United.
When they're 40 centimetres or over, when they're 40 centimetres or over, I'll kill them all. Forget them.
So no, anything. Yes, obviously, your barra, your premier sort of sport fish target.
Yeah.
But anything that I get to hit, see the hit, feel the fun, and just have them go nuts. I've caught grunter, and I've just been like, a nice 50 centimetre grunter.
Flats grunter are epic on light gear. They are so much fun.
They taste so good too.
They're just, I don't know, just fish are fun. Yeah. Fishing is so fun that I can enjoy. Like just recently, Christmas, we went back to see the parents for Christmas. They now live on the Goldie. So I took my boys back to Currumbin, pumped the yabbies that I used to pump as a kid, and we went down there, and the 3-year-old, he stood there with the rod, and I said, just leave it there, you'll get a bite. And I kept fishing. I wasn't even thinking about him. Terrible dad.
Typical fisherman. Typical fisherman. Terrible dad, but typical fisherman.
And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, hey, go on, bud. He's like, good. And he's got the rod. He hasn't moved, and he's still got a little bit of tension on the line. 5 minutes later, he gets a 35 centimetre whiting. And my mum's like, trying to help him and stuff. And,
and Dad's still over here trying to catch a bigger one.
But then, and he's like, oh, Dad, I caught and he still tells me now, oh, you were over there and Bubba was with us, Russian for grandma, was with me and she helped me and we caught it. And I was like, you know what it's like. You get those little proud moments. But his favourite memory was, I don't know what I was doing. I changed to this rig where I had these 2 tiny little hooks, and I was literally using a yabby on a snell, like a single little saltwater yabby on a snell rig. And his favourite memory of the whole holiday was I caught 2 toadfish on the one. Yeah. And that was his best memory. He still tells me to this day.
That's the memories for you. One of my favourite captures was the old man with an RMG Scorpion, a big 8-metre diving RMG Scorpion, getting a green toady. I was like, anyone catch a barra or a finger mark on that, but green ocean toad, right?
Surprised there was.
But that's what fishing does, and I sort of kick myself at times because I think I've got to the stage where the minimal enjoyable stuff I put in the back of my mind, I don't try and chase the smaller stuff, and that's because I've got the blinkers on for barramundi. But when you actually think back, there is so many good times, just apart from the sand bass.
But just that's what it is. It's about enjoyment. So, like you said, you're enjoying the live scope. So I'm like, mate, you go catch as many meteries on live scope as you can, because let's face it, by the time we're all 80 and 90, we might not be able to get in and out of a boat. So let's just
80 or 90.
have a good time.
45.
But I'll be happy
50.
if I make 60.
Yeah.
Well, look,
we're looking at you. You're not going to make 60.
Medical science is
Talking
coming.
about kilo.
There's new heart failure drugs coming out every day. So.
Well, I did get the 2 jabs.
Yeah, we got a cardiac technician here. We're all good.
I can do CPR. That's about it, boys.
That's all you need. No, don't bring me back. If I go, don't bring me back.
It's me, and you can see me. Stop.
Oh, see, this is what happens when you play with my dogs.
Nothing better. You tell them, boys.
Here. Someone's here.
Get into them.
Hey, Matty, how about you let her out like she was and then lock the door? Like, little puppy dog eyes.
But yeah, it's funny. I've sort of worked out how I fish at the moment. So like if I got a Saturday I can go fishing, first thing I do is I look at the tides and go, okay, small tides, sweet, I'm going to fish creeks south of Townsville, just as an example.
Yep.
If I've got big tides, especially got a high in the morning, high in the afternoon, perfect. I'm Hinchinbrook. That's sort of my thing.
Yep.
And then I'll just base everything else around that and go from there.
It's a pretty good rule of thumb. Like it's easier
nice and
fishing
simple.
Hinchy. At least you're fishing the 11 o'clock low. Everything comes off the flats, doing all that. What it does isolate you from doing is actually learning the same thing down south, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just,
definitely.
my advice would be to swap it over for a little bit,
Yep.
and you'll find some of that fishing down south on those bigger tides with the high in the morning. It is actually pretty epic.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's cool doing that as well. So, and fish are very similar to Hinchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fish
Get out
that
the
flat
front.
side.
Get
yeah.
out the front.
Yeah.
Done a little bit of that down the Cape, just
Yep.
along the tree line. You know.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
There's lots of stuff.
It does get hit a lot. If you want to start going down to Bowling Green and then up Start Bay, there's way more of that sort of stuff, and it's a lot untouched.
Yeah.
And you get those big grunners and big blue salmons and stuff like that on the flats, which is pretty cool too.
Well, actually, that's one thing I've never caught a threadfin salmon. So
Yeah.
that's the one thing. So when I first moved to Townsville, I had this bucket list. You know,
Yeah.
as you do as a young guy,
Yeah.
and I've ticked everything off except a thready.
Yeah. Well,
That's the
that'll
only
come.
thing left.
That'll
So-
come.
Yeah, and I'm not worried. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll wait for it, and then when it happens, it's just like, yoo-hoo, you know, smile from ear to ear for about 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
then I'll want to get a bigger one.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it works. So
What were you grinning at me for?
I was waiting for you to bring up something about threadfin.
No,
No?
I'm good.
Huh. Well, you were grinning back at me.
No,
So we were
you
just
fucking looked at me and I was like, "What are
two
you?"
grinning guys looking at each other.
You guys look.
About
It was a little bit
threadfin.
cute. It was
I
a
was
little
like,
bit cute.
He wants to bring up Lucinda. no, the Hinchinbrook when we went up there, but we won't.
Oh, I don't want to bring up anything. I think everyone's heard everything.
Shit, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No,
He mentions threadies, you look straight at me.
I'm still just thinking about the thread he ever got. And I still can't even beat my daughter. I'm not worried about
the
that.
way she's shrinking. I reckon that fish that she caught be taller than her. The look I got earlier today. Oh.
Yeah, what do you tell a little Asian girl she's getting shorter and you expect what? A smile? You're lucky you didn't get uppercutted.
Oh, stabbed.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd have no problem with that. If that was her reaction, I'd actually give her a high five for it.
She's got that real Asian sort of look when she's angry too.
No comment. I grew up around Sunnybank in Brisbane, so lots of good Asian friends down there.
Some good food spots in Sunnybank.
Oh, we're back on the food, are we?
He said
How about
Sunnybank.
we go to poker too?
I know about Sunnybank. I've been with, remember Twan? He took us one day, like, you know me, like big lad. At this stage, 190 kilos. I stood out like dog balls in custard in Sunnybank.
You're in Market Square, weren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
I know exactly where you were.
But then we went out the back of this, like, we went off one of the main streets and we went down this little alleyway through a back door.
Yeah.
And then we come into this big eatery and there was just like, I'd never seen anything like it. It's one of the best feeds I've ever had. There was like, they had all big things where they were cooking their own stuff.
I know exactly where you were. That's Market Square. You parked in behind and came through the back.
Yeah.
Saw the rats and all of the
It was so
the
good.
dingy bit, and you're like, you order the pork or the chicken, it's the same meat, and it tastes delicious. No questions asked. I never wanted to. I just said, yep, same dish every
happy with
Friday
it.
night. Hit 2 litres of strawberry milk on the way home because you had way too much chili, and watch the footy, and then spend the rest of the night on the toilet.
They had this really like funny tasting noodles that were like, they were really thin noodles that were like, they were like almost pasty.
Okay.
But they were, yeah. T knows his shit when we go to eat.
Those are the good old days.
He does own the best Vietnamese restaurant in Brisbane. But yeah, anyways, off the food.
Have to go there soon. We'll have to. So, YouTube wise, what's the future hold? Just more what you're doing.
Yeah,
just enjoying it and taking
enjoying
a bit-
myself. But I think now I hate that the whole generation is shorts. Like all of those reels, the 1 minute videos that everyone scrolls through, doom scrolling and stuff. But the reality is, if you're not doing those, you're not going to attract an audience. So I'm a small channel. I'm not monetized. I make literally nothing. I spend hours editing every time I go fishing
You do it for the love.
for nothing. But yeah, it's for the fun. It's like I love sort of, in a way, documenting my fishing trips.
Yep.
So that, you know, and other people can enjoy it. If they enjoy it, great. If you think I'm an idiot, cool. Tell me.
But
Yeah,
it's
but-
easy for people who can't get out there to sit down and watch you for half an hour and then live vicariously through you. And if that gets somebody through a shit day,
Yeah.
it makes it worth it.
If you like my stupid cackly laugh, it sounds so, even when I listen to it, it sounds fake, but like, I'm just having the best time. If it's a 30 centimetre barra hits a frog and it jumps over a whole bunch of trees and I land it, and the next cast you get another one, I'm in cloud nine. Like, that's so much fun for me. Just bang, 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 you know, having a good old time. And then, like, yeah, you get, like, I get to relive it.
Yeah.
Now, sure, if I wanted to increase the views, get popular, you do turn the camera around at you. You kind of got to make yourself a bit of a personality and do that sort of style, because generically, you know, that's going to be more popular. Like, if you, I look at my algorithm, and you know, if you want more views, you got to get that age bracket down lower.
Yeah.
My age bracket is 45 to 55 is sort of that's the people who watch my channel the most. You know, and that's only a smidge older than me, and that's like, I'm fine. Like just the other day, I was like,
similar-minded people, most likely.
I'm doing all this work. Like, I spent that last Hinchman video. It's nothing amazing. I spent, I think, 8 to, I'm going to say 13 hours editing that, because I had so much footage to go through and everything. And I was like, oh, it only got 500 views on the first day. And I was like, oh. But then I was like, wait a second. If I had to sit down in front of an auditorium and I was giving a talk and there were 500 people there, my mind would be blown. If 500 people listened to me talk and do something, that would be incredible.
Yeah, true.
Like, just the way social media's warped what we think's important.
Yes.
And I was like, man, I don't care if two people, 400 people, 20,000 people. It's just what the algorithm decides is cool.
But what
and
you'll
important.
find is those 500 people are actually appreciative of what they're watching, not just watching it for a pair of tits or...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those
I
500
keep- I keep mine undercover.
Yeah, I try to as well. You know, regardless how many views you'll get,
Less.
keep hidden. But yeah, you look at it like that too, and then there's 500 people that are appreciative, or there might be 497, and then 3 people who absolutely hate you.
Yeah.
That's just fishing industry. So, but yeah, so that's the way I'd look at it. And I've got nothing but awe for the people who actually put the time and effort into it.
Oh, it's incredible what some of those guys do.
Oh, I couldn't do it. Like, I've always said, if we get to that stage, I'd just have a full-time videographer. So
Adam doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to show his spots. Every time we've tried to get stuff, he's just like, oh, we can't show that. They'll see that tree.
But that's we're all like that.
And I don't think that'd work for you. That's why I don't think it'd work for you, because it's...
Oh, it needs to be remote.
Yeah, yeah.
You go remote
people,
and then actually do informative versions.
Well, I mean...
That's probably where it's at for me.
I hate to say it, and I'm not mad-mouthing. I love Matty Bizzetto. Or B Hooked now his channel's called.
Yeah.
It's easy from some of his old videos to, I know where that is. I can work out that. And you can go there. And he probably copped a lot of flack for that. But he's just being himself fishing. And what other people do with that's up to them. And I think that was something...
true.
I think that was something that we sort of we didn't blew about it, right? But you were like, I'm going to go flog all these YouTubers spots because
that's my new rule this year. Is like yeah.
But like, you're not the YouTuber. I don't even think of myself as a YouTuber. I just guy who goes fishing that records it and posts it up.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it to highlight or to not. I'm just showing the journey I'm on.
Yeah.
You know? And
it's probably...
So if someone goes and fishes my spots, there's nothing magical about them. Sometimes I catch fish there and sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
So, and it's all local, and most people should be able to know it or get there themselves anyway. So it doesn't...
Yeah. My hatred for that is more just the whole, you know, where people put, we're going to Morrissey's, this is my day, blah, 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 and it's focused to get extra likes and get more views because people want to know where you fished in Morrissey's.
Yeah.
So for me, that's just like, for someone who's been in the industry as long as I have, and the last thing you want to do is actually share where you're going. And then suddenly you've got people who that have followed you on days and, seen you fish in areas and gone back and flogged the shit out of them and done all of that. So it's from the opposite end. of what you're saying. So yeah, for me, it's more the look at me trying to get the likes and the views because that's where I'm fishing.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
just fishing and enjoying where you're fishing. And if someone knows the background, that they know the background.
Yeah.
But if you're going to turn up the ramp and go, I fished it, I went down and fished Baratas and we fished this creek, and then here's a drone footage of the creek and me entering the creek and doing all of that sort of stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, that just doesn't sit well with me, especially if you saw me a month ago in that creek.
Yep. Yeah.
And the only reason you're going back is because you knew there was a charter guide there that was smashing fish, and suddenly your videos have got right on the same spot.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it was, it's not a hatred for YouTubers. It's a hatred for that attitude that you can't find your own fish, and then suddenly they're trying to get views and pushing from that.
Yeah.
And then the hatred's probably the wrong word for it totally.
No, I
But,
know what you're saying.
But yeah, it's an annoyance.
The
And
frustrations.
then the other things are just, some YouTubers are at a skill level that's real good. What we have to do as a guide every day when you take young people is reset them.
Yeah.
It is the hardest thing to explain to people is like, you get the kid there and he's got the prawn and he's flicking away, and it's like, hey, who taught you to do that? Oh yeah, we're watching this and we're watching this, and let's start over.
Well,
Do not move your rod tip. Wind that prawn so slowly. Let's drift it in. Let's learn how to do it this way. And there's a lot of education that's the wrong education, I feel, for a lot of people.
I had to learn that because I grew up, I was in the Rex Hunt era, right, as a
Yes.
little kid.
Yeah.
So I'd say, oh, he's down south fishing for trout again. Oh, I guess I'll watch it, but I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Whereas like he's gone up north and he's chasing barra, and you're watching the Twitch, you're watching the,
Twitch,
you got to
yeah,
do this.
yeah.
So similar thing, right? I had to
Yeah.
relearn myself to be like, slow down,
Yep.
stop jiggling that thing. Like you
Present
said,
it.
put it down,
Present it.
let it drift, slow roll, whatever your style is. And everyone's got a different style that
Yep.
works in different ways, whatever. But yeah, like at some point, we all had to get education.
100%. Yeah.
And re-education, because we all have a preconceived idea.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, you can't go fast enough for mackerel. I've caught mackerel just jigging a soft plastic on the bottom in
Yeah.
the shipping channel.
I'm
Like,
just dropping it down.
yeah, you don't have to. Like, there's all different
Yeah,
ways
and
of
what's
doing
right for some
things.
people isn't right for others. So like that's just your style and some work and side by side. It's not until you're doing it every day that you realise that 99% of the time that's the way you should be doing it.
Yeah.
And that's like anything. It's like you with your job. Like you're gonna perfect it to a point where you know exactly the outcome.
Yeah.
You're achieving from what you're doing. So
I mean, you're blessed to be able to do what you're doing however many days of the year, because
yeah.
let's face it, the YouTuber isn't doing it
Ah,
200
no,
days
it's
a
not
year,
yeah.
So we're trying to there's like, I guess the idea of like when they're telling the where they are, what they're doing, how they're doing it, that's I guess from the idea of the narrative. So
Yeah.
every YouTube video is a story.
Yeah.
And so they're making a narrative so they can get people, like you say, it's for the
It's to
likes
get
and
the
the
views
views,
and the likes,
but it's
yeah.
also to draw you into the story.
Yeah.
Like to make it enjoyable. And like there's guys who do it amazingly without giving away too much. Like,
Yeah.
your pelagic pursuit guys, like that's fantastic. And all the old Missing It Sea or the boys who used to. Anyway, they've got all got their own way of, I guess, the videography style and developing the narrative. So I've said plenty of times, oh yeah, down to Morrissey's today, and whole people are like, oh, it doesn't. I fish Morrissey, so I don't really want you doing that. I'm like, well. I understand both sides,
Yeah,
but like I guess from a YouTuber's perspective, we're not necessarily wanting to give away your spots, my spots, anyone's areas, whatever. We're just trying to. I guess I'm defending them in a way. I'm not really trying to, but
that's the whole idea of it.
The whole idea is to make the story enjoyable, to make a narrative.
Yeah.
And that's what I suck at.
Yeah.
Like because I go fishing, I'm a fisherman, right? So I get down the boat ramp. I don't want to go, oh, g'day, guys. I'll pull the camera out and wait 30 seconds. I'm like, my boat's in the water.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go, So I'm just like, nah.
Oh, Matty will tell you that I suck at that too.
What's that?
How about, hold that barra up and talk to us about something. Nah, fuck off, take a photo. Hurry up.
Yeah.
Straight in.
He doesn't even like the camera.
No.
He's like, oh, fuck it, don't put me in it.
Yeah. Well,
Someone
that's
else
why I
can
don't.
hold my fish.
I'm the same. That's why I actually like the camera around my neck.
Yeah.
So you can see what I'm seeing and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think that's a better point of view, but
I also don't like
like,
my
I'd
body.
like to do that. But most of the people that come on my boat for fun, fucking hopeless, like Matty and Deacon.
But the thing is, you can do that and make that the fun.
Yeah, I need.
Adam
you
likes
know.
to blame everyone else.
I do need to.
But when I'm watching YouTube, like fishing, I would rather watch that point of view
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, because I want to see what you're looking at when you're hitting it.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get rid of. So I used to have a camera on my hat.
Yeah.
And one that is a cap. It was like literally a homemade job sort of thing. The weight would cause me neck strain.
Yeah, okay.
And so I got rid of it for that. But then also I was like, whoa, what's that? I'm looking left. I'm looking right, like an ADHD kid. You hear a pop and you go, whoa, where was that?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
it just goes
your lure
through
that's
it all.
there, so you're still slow rolling it, but no one else gets to see it. And then
Yeah.
they're just watching you turn your head left and right, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah.
Like, even when I'm doing the editing, I'm like, oh, I got to stop doing that. Just look at your lure. Stop looking at other stuff. Turn your eyes, not your head.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, just get this thing around my neck. And I was like, oh, this is way better. But now you hear this,
Yeah.
because I've got narrow nasal passages, so you think I'm having a heart attack myself because I can't breathe.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think when
I'm
I
gonna
first started
put one up on a pole, looking down, so it'll do the front of the boat for 5 meters, 10 meters, and then be behind us. I think that's the best option. About 3 meters in the air.
Do like
come down.
a 360.
No, just a
camera
standard.
or
No,
just a standard?
just a standard that just shows straight down on us. So it doesn't show where you're fishing or like banks wise or anything, but it'll capture 99% of the barra jumps and everything around the front of the boat. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the thing
so-
is, if you get one of those 360 cameras, you will still get like a standard point of view, but you can choose where
Yeah.
it is. So if you've got a friend
Yeah.
who decides to throw out to the right, and you're like, the barra over here, guys,
Yeah.
and he catches a queenie, and you want to be like, you dickhead, and then all of a sudden he hooks up, and you're like, oh, okay. You can include that footage. I think
Yeah.
I think Mal Brown does that. He has a fair bit of 360, but it still focuses on what he wants. It doesn't have a full constant
okay.
360 recording.
Yeah.
Like you can still focus on the
Yeah.
16 by 8 or whatever the point of view is. Like
It's amusing
there's so
because
many
I've got
options
a
now.
GoPro 360 and I've got DJI Osmo 6 and all of that sort of stuff. I just don't put it on.
You have to be deliberate.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing on it. So when I go on my own, I try and tell myself, let's be more deliberate about this.
Yeah.
Let's try and I'm more going to try and make content
Yeah.
while still having a blast on my own. But when I'm with other people, I really do just let that get a bit further away.
Yeah, I do,
And
yeah.
then just let's give each other a hard time. Let's have a fish. Let's laugh when you get smoked. Let's cry when I get smoked
Yeah.
because we're not supposed to laugh about that.
And that's probably why I like fishing with Deacon is we just never videoed it. Is because of that. Like it's just so raw and you don't want to think that, oh shit, we've got to get it, and then
'cause
you got
he
to
does
worry
everything
about
for
what you're
you.
talking and yeah.
But-
And the rule we have is we catch a fish. Well, that person gives me the rod, and I'll catch another one while he's dealing with that one on the ground.
But the thing, so just from an outsider's perspective, you got this podcast. It's got I have no idea how big your audience is, but I'm going to say it's good. And it's raw. And it's you guys doing your thing. So anything else you do that's the same raw style is just going to keep building on that.
Yeah.
So you don't need to, oh, g'day guys, I'm Adam Finlay. You don't need to do that. You're like, oi,
You'll never
let's
get
go.
that out of me.
But you know what I mean? Like you don't have to force anything.
I'm the
because
kind of guy that hides in the corner of the room.
Boy, turn that fucking camera on. That's what you'll get.
Yeah, exactly. But that's in a way, you've built a brand around that already.
Yeah.
So if you keeping that style is going to do better
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think the style moving forward for what we need to do is more the educational side. I think I just got to pull my finger out and get a videographer on the boat for a few days and go and just specifically target certain things and just have a list of the content we want.
Yeah.
Okay, let's target big fish, let's target oceanics, let's target these fish in this way and do that educational side.
And you've got the ability, like the time, the everything,
Yeah.
to really do that much better than most.
Yeah,
right?
100%. I understand
So
that. I'm pretty lucky with
Just-
it.
I'd be keen. Like,
Just on the weeks when I'm at work.
Yeah. Are you going to jump on and just video me?
No. I'll just watch it and learn. I like
So
learn.
that's
Like, I love
where I
learning.
need someone to actually just jump on a video.
For the right price, I'll do anything. You know?
I heard that. I've heard that from you.
I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I'm not letting Matty video anything. I think the last time he did, I think Simpkins got a metery and there was a big ass showing in it.
or you might just hear the like my 7-year-old eating chips all day.
I think that was about 4 o'clock. Me and Deeks were having a break down the back, just chewing on chips.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good fish Simo caught that day.
Yeah. 111, I think it was.
No,
No, 107.
101.
Oh, shit fish.
Because you said it was 102.
It's probably as big as for the year.
And he said 101.
Yeah.
And
there's
then you were
nothing-
like, oh, you sure?
Yeah. Should have stretched it. It was definitely a 102.
If you've caught a 101, you're doing well.
Yeah.
They're not, even just their landing. them,
Well,
they're
that
not
I
day,
think we ended up about 15 for that week, and Matty caught none.
I got one.
Oh, did you? 50 centimetre one.
When you got these wankers pushing in at the front of the boat and they don't let you fish.
Well, although I'm terrible. I like, this is a small boat in my boat, so but I'm always like, if I can't see where the electric's pointed,
Yeah.
I can't drive the boat.
Yeah.
So sorry, boys, I need to be up the front.
Yeah.
My mates are pretty good about it, but I can imagine like, because anytime I go up the back and I can see it,
Yeah.
they'll start catching fish.
I can tell you,
but they get pushed down
I've
the
just put a recon on,
Yeah.
Lowrance recon. Oh my fucking God. With the remote control, like guiding wise, you don't have to look at the head. You just know which way you're pointing
Oh, yeah, no.
on the remote. So yeah, that's so cool and an option in the future. Yeah, definitely a weapon of a thing. And so quiet.
Yeah.
Wow. Changes the way you fish. Like, you know, those days where you drive up, I run a motor guide for ages, you know, like, and they make the big hum under the water, and when the spot lock, they spin around and do what they do. Yeah. And the amount of fish, you probably would have seen it in some of those spots, that you spot lock and suddenly they go, oh, fuck you, and we'll swim off.
I have a theory on that. Because when I fish, I'll often, as you do with a snag basher, you're not spot locking. So you're moving and you're sort of a bit more consistent.
Yeah.
So you don't speed up your prop, slow down your
Yes.
prop, turn left, turn right all the time.
Yeah.
And if if there's just a consistent background noise for fish,
Yeah.
I think consistency turns them off less than changes, like a
100%.
sudden
Yep.
noise. So if you're able to like keep that motor the same, consistent, even if it's on or off, I feel like it turns off fish less than if you sit there, spot lock, and the wind blows up and it's like,
Yep,
you're
100%.
getting pushed around everywhere. Because with a polycraft boat, it's heavy, it catches a fair bit of wind.
Yeah. It's no different. So, like the style you're fishing, if you were to slow it down and to jog forward, like, you know, if you're going along the bank, instead of actually just having north facing and doing your autopilot and going at your speed,
Yeah.
if you actually just go one beat to jog forward 5 foot, another beat to jog forward 5 foot, it doesn't go fast enough forward to then turn around and have that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the only downside, and I talked to Dan the other day at Lowrance about it, is trying to get rid of the beep on it.
On the remote.
On the recon, on the motor, when you actually press spot lock or any of that, it's such a loud, piercing beep.
Ah, okay.
I just want to snip that off. So yeah, that's the only downside to it. But
Because I think most of the beeps on the Minn Kota are actually the remote, not the
Yeah.
engine that beeps. And you can
Yeah.
just turn that off.
Yeah,
And
okay.
the new ones, so Minn Kota have just brought out a new series from 2022 onwards, I think.
Yeah, it was the same brushless sort of style.
Yeah, well, they still have the old brushless ones, but they got the new remote.
Yeah.
And on that remote, you can actually turn that volt like up and down.
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
just on, off, high or low.
Well, they might be able to do that. We might be able to
Yeah.
do that on the remote. I'm pretty non-technologically advanced.
Oh,
so,
I hate it because you got to spend time to do that, and when you never do it when you're at home.
Nah.
But when you're on the water, you're like, I want to go fishing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, there's too much
exactly.
fun to be had to worry about beeps and bops.
But yeah, getting back to fish behaviour with the sounders, with the electrics, yeah, I find that if I jog one jog at a time when fishing on fish, that's a lot better than turning it off, driving over, reconnecting.
Yeah.
But if you go 2 or 3 jogs, it'll do that whole, well, better get over there, and goes over there, and then does your spinny and boots them. So,
See, if you watch all my videos, you see me, I'll cast and then I'll grab the remote and
Yeah.
I'll keep minimally adjusting things
Yeah.
as often as possible so you don't have to do those big changes. And I don't know, for me, it seems to be okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not
and different boats
I'm
are
not a
different.
great fisher.
Like you can't say with like a 22-foot boat compared to a 16-foot boat because it's, you know, they're moving differently.
totally.
The current moves differently with
the way
them.
the water spins underneath them.
I know with the American builds, like they do like going forward. Like they're built for speed. So so when you nudge them to go forward, they will just keep going forward.
Yeah.
So they glide through the water really well. So you have to change the way you run with your electric doing that. So, it's an interesting one, and how you adjust it. And the wife and child are home, and let the dogs in. Maddie and the dogs.
Sounds like
So
a
yeah,
good band.
it's interesting, and the different ways that you do run your electric, and it's not until you have live scope till you see those certain barra spook, and it's a cool thing to go, oh shit, I just annoyed those 3 fish and they just swam off. So
I look forward to the day when I'm going to have it in my boat, and like the education that I'm going to have from my 30 days a year on the water with it compared to without it.
yeah.
I don't care.
It'll frustrate the shit
Oh,
out of
yeah.
you for 15 days, and then you'll have the most amazing 15 days of the other 15.
But
That's
the
way to look
learning,
at it.
for me, it's about the learning capacity.
100%.
Because 30 days on the water, I can learn a small amount, right? There's only so much the cap, what I can learn on those days. But what I can learn with something like LiveScope, the technology, I can just learn so much more about fish behavior.
Yep.
And it's not, like everyone knows, it doesn't translate into catching more fish immediately or ever.
can
But
if
the way, just what you can do with it allows you to do so much more long term going forward.
Yeah.
That,
Well, for example, like, the fishing you're doing when you're going across a bank and fishing certain snags, fishing structures, and you're driving along and you get one barra out of a snag and you have 5 more casts in there and you go, no, we'll move on. Even if you just adapt the live scope to that situation, there's so many snags that have got 30 fish on that you've just gone past, didn't get a bite on them.
Yeah.
But if you just spent another 2 minutes on that snag, you'd wake them up.
Yeah.
And so you find that even just your style of fishing now, you can enhance, even if you don't change the way you fish on those fish, you can enhance what you're doing tenfold
100%.
on what you.
I mean, and the number of times you rock up and you're on a snag and you're like, oh yeah, cool, we'll fish that. And you cruise along to the next one. And then you turn around and look at the sound, because my sound is at the back.
Yeah.
And I'll turn around and I was like, oh, that's not a rock. That's not a rock that lives there. And then you'll come back with the current and you'll be like, there's 2 big fish out there.
Yeah.
And they're sitting out on the deepest, they're like 5-10 meters away from the snag.
Yeah.
But you have no capacity to reliably fish for those
No,
fish.
that's right.
Right?
Unless you're live baiting.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, yeah.
But with the live scope, you go,
Pinpoint
okay, and
them
then I'm not going to learn how to snag bash. I'm now learning how to see. I spotted these fish here. I'm going to learn how they react and how I can fish. And then all of a sudden, I'm fishing totally differently.
100%.
And instead of holding up, 50, 55, 75 centimeter barra, maybe once every 10 times, I'm holding up a 95.
Yep, 100%.
And I don't know. I love the idea of just learning and enjoying that sort of thing. So
Well, you're in a job that you're looking at technology constantly and changes and that sort of stuff. So that's what triggers your mind. So it's no different to the fishing side.
Yeah. So I'm just learning at the moment. I'm learning how to run the software to do 3D mapping of heart arrhythmias and see where the wave front focuses go, so we know where to burn to fix things. It's pretty. I'll show you a photo when we're all done. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So that way, the way your mind's triggered in that regard, it's definitely due for live scope is the way to look at it. And what it does is it enhances each way you're fishing and gives you those options, like you say. If you want to just target
I know a
big fish.
boat that's got one brand new on it that's hardly been used.
Yeah, I'll even let you borrow that boat if you want. At least the poor thing gets a bit of
Come
a
around
run.
I had to hose me boat.
Is there a dog in the yard?
No.
At mine.
Yeah,
it's
they're
full.
cuddly though. If you go over with some sausages, those ones will let you in.
Oh, well, that's all right. I got half a cow in the
I hosed my boat yesterday just so I remember what water felt like.
Yeah. And it lost a little bit of aluminium on it. Flaked off.
It's been nearly 2 months since it's been out.
Yeah.
More.
I know what that's like. That was Christmas. It was about 3 months I didn't go fishing.
I think the last time I
don't know.
went fishing, me and Deeks went down the Bowley. And it was just tearing through there.
I remember that day. Yeah, we're going to go down the Bowley. 3.7 metre tide. Yeah, Bowley would be fucking great. Yeah, you should go. Yeah, enjoy it. Learn the live scope.
I was like, bugger it. Let's just go.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like, as much as people sort of give the bowley a bit of crap, it is a world-class fishery right in the middle of the town once you've learnt it.
Again.
Like if you live down the Gold Coast and Like,
Yeah.
you'd rather fish the bowl. I'd rather fish the bowley than
So
Crumb
now,
and Creek.
now you've told everyone about the outside of Cape Cleveland and the bowley now. Like, people think there's no fish in the bowley. Like, geez, these YouTubers just giving hints, hey? Yeah, no, you're right. The funny thing about the bowley, I think we went and had a look. I think it was the start of the year. I think it was even in close season. I didn't have a fish. We just went for a look. It looks exactly how it used to fish. So where we used to catch barra, there's barra. Where we used to get grunner and finger mark and mixed trevallies and that, there's still big schools of trevally. There's still shit on the bottom.
The croc's still on the same
Yeah,
spot.
still on the
Yeah,
same
we saw
spot.
the big
Hasn't
black
eaten
one
anyone.
up the creek when we went there.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
come in the water and
Yeah,
he looks bigger too, that boy.
yeah. So, like, I have no doubt that if I was to run a charter exactly like I did 12 years ago or 10 years ago in the bowley, you'd catch the same amount of fish.
Just more
You
jet
find
skis.
a good snag. Yeah, yeah.
There's
yeah.
no way in the world would be on a jet ski.
Oh, I know.
And people going past at half speed thinking they're doing the greatest thing in the world. Oh,
You're just asking to
like-
be eaten on a jet ski. That's my opinion.
Croc's not going to jump off and eat some sort of spastic like that.
Yeah.
No? Got more chance of getting hit by a bus.
He's a fucking idiot, eh?
But no, it's a cool little place, the bowling. I've always
But I mean,
loved it.
every system, so I say the bowley because it's the closest one to my house anyway.
Yeah.
But Ross Creek, Ross
Yeah, yeah.
River, like there's just like you
Yeah.
say,
If you're
our
not just
region is
headstrong barra.
incredible.
Yeah, if you forget barra and you would just want to fish for other bycatch and that, there is so many different systems that are so cool.
Yeah, I mean,
And then you just add the barra in as a bonus.
yeah. When I had my son, he was 2. I took him in winter in Ross River, just under the pylons there, and we just popping peeled prawns.
Yeah.
And we just caught about 20 pikey brim.
Yeah.
And it was the best afternoon. And then
He
we
would
went
have a
home.
ball.
Oh, yeah. He literally couldn't wind him in. It was like, I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
But no, so he still, now he can remember, when we caught the brim, Dad. I'm like, yeah, mate, you're a little, I can't believe I took you on a boat when you were 2. I can't believe my wife let me take you on a
Yeah.
boat, But,
Yeah.
just those little memories and things like, there's so many opportunities. Like the Maggie Island flats, all the fly fish shows, I got that, the headlands, it's just everything here.
Yeah, and that's what
It's
I was
the
touching on
best.
before. Like, if it ever does go net free, we have the most amazing fishery in the world. So people go on about Rocky and people go on about Northern Territory. We trumped that in 3 years.
Yeah.
We absolutely trumped that in 3. Look at it now. Like, I'm seeing videos of, Depiri Lodge, one of the great, one of the best barra fishing havens ever. And what have they got, 12 meteries for the year? We've got more for clients in Townsville than Depiri Lodge in the Northern Territory has. Imagine what happens when it goes net free.
And when we have a good wet season, if you spend a bit of time and a bit of work, there's plenty of runoff places to fish.
Oh,
You can catch
ridiculous.
good numbers and,
Yeah,
fun, and just
yeah,
have a
yeah.
blast.
That's where we have a break as guides. You tend to not bother fishing runoff, but
Well, you
but
don't
there
have
is so much of it.
and if you don't have a boat, like you've got access to that. So,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then we open the dam.
You
When
look at
that
how
dam
many people are
opens,
fighting
yeah.
for spots down in Applan's when like the water's flowing through there.
Yeah. Well, little Matty Lee, I sent him down to help bring back the vanguard, and he was talking about his Applan's days, and he that whole keenness. I'll get down there at 3:00 in the morning, and there's still 35 people. It's like, oh fuck that, like, yeah. But they have fun.
Yeah.
It's a little community. Those people that fish there, and they all know each other, and
Hodgie's their ringleader.
I'll just ring later. Yeah.
Get out of my way.
Yeah. No, even Ryan Tully, I was chatting to him the other day, and he's like, we've got to catch up for a fish so he can throw me in the water again. Like, you fucking won't let that go. I threw him in at Applin's Weir. He tried to walk past me at the weir and I give him a nudge, and he went straight in.
We'll have to get
Up
him
on
on.
the top end. We will. We'll have to get him on.
he's a good guy. He's a
He
good
is,
bloke,
yeah. Once he
Yeah, I
cracked
went to
that.
school with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've run into him once or twice when he's doing events,
Yeah.
and he'll give you he'll stop and have a chat. Most people in the industry, they really are. Yeah, we've got a good, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't met everyone, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
nice.
and that's what people don't understand until they meet each other. Like, people have judgment on each other, and then when they actually meet each other, it's like, oh, he was a bit different to what I expected, So everyone's in it for their own little thing, and most of it is based around the enjoyment of fishing. So you know, to have a hatred for someone in our industry is pretty shit ass, really. When we're all just enjoying the fishing side.
Yeah, that's great.
So I think the problem is people see conversations as wrong things on social media. You know, a lot of people think that I'm having an argument with someone when I have a conversation. No, I'm just having a conversation. Like, it's just in writing and looks a lot more serious, you know.
I've had this conversation before. It's like in text and online, it's hard to convey emotion
100%.
in a text.
Yeah.
And I think people, I don't know, if you're not as smart, it's hard to read.
Yes, definitely. And you don't know the background of what those people have talked about. That fishing forum the other day was the best example with Darcy. Like, we had a bit of a conversation and it went on and it got a little bit, not heated, but, you know, it went on. And then we get to that forum and we're sitting in the same room and I go up and I tap him on the back and, how you going, mate? And the night before, we just, like, it looked like we had an argument and we were going to be in fisticuffs. And it's like, no, it's not how it is. It's just, we're just having a conversation, guys. So I think that's where people go wrong.
People saw our text messages.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You'd think we hate each other.
Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes.
Well, group chat's meant for the people in the group,
Especially,
and no one else.
especially when we're trying to, promote Oceanic Mafia podcast. And so we're going on the Crab Pot show tomorrow with Skid Pig. So I think I did the very first show with him, and then he asked to come on with talk about the line fishing that we're doing and blah blah blah, and said bring Matty and we can talk about the podcast and everything. Oh, Mr. Matty doesn't like it, so he's bailed. Oh,
It's good fun.
He's bailed.
So I mean, I did it with Gary and Marty.
He's got some family stuff he's got to do, but I'm just hanging shit on him. But
And I forgot.
yeah.
I was away for work for 11 days and I just forgot.
11 days. Apparently, when you work 11 days straight, it's hard. Like, yeah. He said just before, he's like, I only had 8 days off this month, and I'm like, you had 8 fucking days off, and he's trying to make a negative out of it. It's
I'll
like,
just sit there fishing. For
Technically, I'm on 12 days because I was on call last weekend. So this is my 12 days.
yeah. He doesn't know what work is. Typical miner, eh? He doesn't understand what real work is.
Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm a public servant, mate. We've got some pretty cruisy days every now and then, so no comment.
Yeah. No, okay.
Get paid all right for half the year.
Well, apparently you're working more than half the year now.
I have
so,
been.
yeah.
This year I have.
So, Adam, when are you going to go chase a jack? Like, deliberately?
You're wasting your time.
Deliberately. The
On
only
top
time,
water,
the
top
only
water.
times I chase jacks, when fishing in the Hinchinbrook,
Yep.
and you go and slay the shit out of them, and you put them in the live bait tank, and then you drive out to the Sea Hound wreck, and then you hook a big 12-0 through the tip of it, and you let it swim down, and it gets eaten by a GT. That's the only time I'll chase the jack.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's just one of those things. I don't think I get the enjoyment out of it. Probably, like, in all honesty, I probably should do one of those, those really hot Hinchinbrook days that, over summer when you're getting 20 and 30 a day. They do look exciting. I've done one or two in my lifetime, and I think I had enjoyment. But I don't know. When I set a hook in a fish, like, it's just where my blinkers are on with my fishing career at the moment. Is when I set a hook in a fish, I don't like when it comes towards me. So if I've got a 40 centimetre jack and I'm using barra gear and 20 or 30 pound barra gear, and you really hook into it thinking you've got an 80 centimetre barra,
It's coming out of the water.
it just comes out of the water and spins and comes in, and it's sort of like So I'm at the stage where I like that pick through the rod tip that a barra gives, and then when you set it and there's no movement,
It's like a
it's
log.
like a log.
Yeah.
So you just set that and go, oh, and then even the other day I had some young fellas on and I hit this one, and it was only like you were saying with your Morrissey's one. It was just a little flick, and I went, it's about an 80 centimetre fish. I didn't see it on live scope.
Yeah.
And then I set into it, and I lifted it, hooked it, and we're using big, heavy gear, and it did nothing for the whole pump. So I went, oh, fuck, well, I'll go for another wind, and then it hit, and I'm halfway through that next hit, I'm like, this is a log. And then it just goes on the rod tip,
Explodes.
and then just takes off. And it's like, oh, that's a proper one. Like, so that's where I'm at. So, it's not the fact that I'm sure I got a rod made, a little jack rod made. I should probably show you beforehand. I won't say who it's from, but But yeah, if I use that with a light spin, I'll probably have a bit of fun with it. But yeah,
No,
it's more just the fact that
I was just baiting you about it because I listen to the potty and
I
stuff.
know.
Caught it.
But yeah,
But it's interesting, like the way you say, like you hit it and everything. Because this last trip, my mates, they're from down Brizzy. They've fished a lot over their lives, but they haven't been doing much over the last few years unless they come with me.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell them, like, when you're fighting a fish guy, like you're using the tip of the rod. You're not using the power. Like you got this whole butt of the rod and it's just dead straight. I'm like, you got to, and it's really hard to articulate because then I put it on film and I look like an absolute jerk, like trying to tell these guys how to fish and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, all I'm doing is trying to say, I want you to have the enjoyment that I'm having, and I'm worried you're going to lose it because you're literally dangling like the tip is a wet sock, So I'm like, come on, get into them, get them in.
but it's no different to guiding.
Yeah.
If you were videoing how you would actually explain things to the client, it probably doesn't look that good half the time.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, because
very
you're sitting
understand
there going, put the effort in, get that rod tip bent. You probably sound like you're more critiquing them than
Helping.
having that enjoyment.
Yeah.
I suppose at the end result, you scoop the fish and you bring it in, and then you're pumped and everyone's
exactly,
excited.
yeah.
But if you're videoing that playing out, especially the first couple of fish for the day, for someone who's never pulled fish that size in, because you just got to learn how to lift and wind and keep the pressure on and do all of that sort of thing. You probably sound a bit. What's the word?
Not arrogant, not jerky, but just like
it's
just let them enjoy the experience. You almost it sounds like you're taking the fun away from them.
It does sound like that.
That's
very
how I
much so.
feel. Because my mate, he got I think the biggest one for that last week we had at Hinchy, he got a 77 up Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him and I'm re-watching the footage and he's holding the rod behind the reel and he's winding like this.
Yeah, and
But
the rod's moving, the reel's moving sideways.
All of the bringing the fish in is happening with the reel cranking.
Yeah, it's just cranking, yeah.
And I'm like, this is a good fish. And then there's a few times that like went in and just like it just touched the mangrove roots on the bottom and then it'd come off. And I'm like, you're like, And I'm trying. It's just, I think it's not arrogance, but it's like you're trying to enhance someone's experience because you know how you would do things.
Yeah.
But then like,
It's more fun.
Yeah, and when I
you're
watch it
moving that
back
rod tip.
though, I sound like I'm making it worse for them.
Yes. Yeah.
And so then I become very self-conscious.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh, gotta be good for the film. But then you're like, man, I want my then at the end, like the high five, the hugs, like it's made his trip. We've all had an awesome time.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, just shut up and whatever happens, happens. Because if he loses it, for me personally, that's good content.
Yeah.
True. So then I can hang shit on him for a few minutes. But then him getting it in means like we have a better friendship. I like they literally say that was good guiding. Like we're just joking and mucking around, but like, oh, good. If you have a good day's fishing, it's good guiding, Serge. Yeah. Good guiding, buddy. I'm like, well,
that's good.
Are we gonna pay me? Or
I need some money out of that.
no, they're good. They pay for fuel. They're all
The one thing I probably push a lot more if I've got first timers like that is to actually catch decent trevally or queenies or something like that before they get into the bigger barra. Or we target the small barra just to get that pump and winder going. So you chuck them on a 50 centimetre GT and then they have to learn to pump and wind.
You can't use the reel.
And that's a good training into the next level of barra fishing because like you say, you do enjoy it more if you can pull them out, use the rod tip, sling it round, coax them round, do that sort of thing. So
I was at the 4 pound comp when I was on a 40 centimetre GT. I can't get it in. I'm trying. It's just under the boat. I'm like trying to lift it up. And like 5 minutes later, I'm like, it's not even worth points. Like I've already caught 5. It's not worth nothing to me.
First 4 pound we ever did was a GT like that. Jason Little's playing it out. Got eaten by a groper.
Did he see the groper? I bet you didn't.
We
get
saw
that
it on
in
the
there.
sounder, and we followed it. So we were it was Gould Island, one of the wrecks on Gould Island, and we were 3/4 the way over to Cape Richards with this groper, and about an hour into it, we thought, well, if it dies and has a heart attack or something, it'll be the most epic 4 pound capture ever in history. We thought there's no chance of moving it off the bottom. And we drove over it a few times, and we could see it on the sounder, and it's like, that thing's 6 foot long. No chance of getting it off the bottom on 4 pound. But if it died or something happened, a shark ate its tail or something, it'd still be the most epic 4-pound capture ever. So let's take an hour for this. And it went into about 13 metres of water, and we're like, fucking thing's not moving. We're stuck.
And then
We
Isaac
broke it
goes
off.
and catches a 2.5 metre hammerhead
Oh, did he?
years ago at the 4 pound.
Yeah.
I don't, must have jumped. I don't know. Must have jumped in the boat.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do anything with that,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's insane.
There's some cool captures.
Oh yeah, some of those boys, they're on. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah.
I think we came first time I ever did it was last year, and we came sixth, and I
Yeah.
was like, I was pretty happy with that.
Oh, fuck, I was never nowhere near that. I was too drunk to get...
Well, I think that's the only reason people like me can come sixth, because we take it way more seriously. If everyone actually took it seriously, we'd be about 25th probably.
The last one I did, I think I woke up at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the front deck of Jason's boat. And we'd already done a day's fishing. And I don't remember it. So, yeah, I think I gave up drinking after that.
They know how to party. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, cool. It's a good setup. Good bunch of lads.
No, they do it good. They do it good, and I argue it's probably one of the more affordable comps too. What you get for your price is good. So shout out to those boys who done that. I think they've done a great job.
Yeah.
And I'm already excited about it.
Year in,
It's
year
September.
out, they do. You know, there's a lot of effort put in. People don't understand the back effort. You know.
Oh my goodness! Look, just like anything, right?
Mm.
You only see it the face value when you look into it.
Yeah.
You know how much
Yeah.
you got to do.
Yeah. Well, that almost wraps us up, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
We are 4 minutes off 2 hours.
Yeah, we could go on for another.
You could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, easy. I love fishing. Talk about toadfish down the Gold Coast for another hour if you want.
Sand bass.
Oh, fuck.
I've caught one sand bass at C4.
I got a photo of it. You got a photo of it? Oh, I call
we'll
bullshit
have to
then.
find it.
I call
We'll have to
bullshit.
find it.
Can't believe you if that's
Fair
a...
enough. Nice. We went up Seaforth down Mackay. We were just fishing along. We'd had an awful trip. I think we caught 2 cod that day. And I was like, oh, a little barra. I'm like, no, that's a sand bass, mate. It's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, pretty bloody sure. It was one of those real dark ones. Top to bottom, dark, big eye, pointy lips.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah, cool. It's so cool that there's a fish that looks almost exactly like a barra.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, they are cool. And they're good eating too.
Yeah, we let it go. I wish I didn't have.
No, they're very
We
tasty.
didn't eat much fish that trip.
How do you know?
How do I know? Apparently I wouldn't know. I don't even know what they look like. Apparently. Like,
Sure, it just wasn't a perch.
Yeah, it could have been. Could have been. Australian bass. A lost Australian bass.
But before we do go, just remember, guys, jump on the page, like, subscribe, follow us, and follow Tackle World Bowen, and then comment something, whatever you like.
Yep.
How are you drawing that? I've had a few questions.
I think we'll just do a random number generator on the likes and the times.
I've got
I
something
think.
better.
Oh, here we go.
So I've been watching a lot of things recently.
Oh, here we go. So Maddie's a slut for this whole fucking Instagram.
No, not that.
Oh, here we go.
So they have these duck races. So everyone that's commented on there, you go through there and you put their name on each duck, and it's a generated race, and you can say race for a minute or 2 minutes or something like completely random.
Oh,
and these
really?
ducks race with everyone's names over the top of it.
And you got to put the
All right.
Benny Hinn music to the background.
Yeah.
To watch these
And what happens when my duck goes and wins it?
Well, your duck ain't in there.
Oh, no, it's got to be. I shared it and I liked it.
I said
Put his
this on
duck
his
in,
page.
mate. His duck will be the first one that like falls off the
Yeah,
edge of
yeah,
a cliff
yeah.
or
My
something.
duck died.
I saw him share it. I'm like, hang on a minute, buddy. You can't enter this comp.
That's a bit, I'm a bit down on that.
But we'll do a duck race. I'll work out how they're done, and then that way everyone can actually watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
There's a
do
duck
that.
race, a marble race. Like there's
We're,
all those sorts of Twitch things. That
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I think we're doing it like at the end of this month.
Oh, I don't
That
know what you
what-
put on there. I think you said the
31st of May.
31st. or
Mate,
something.
I was watching that. I was like,
31st.
That's the cut-off. I will be home. That'll be Sunday night.
Yeah, cool.
I'll bring the laptop over and
Yep.
I'll work out how to set the duck races up,
Yeah.
and I'll get all the
Hey,
names in
$5.
there.
$5.
I thought I turned it on the vibrator.
Oh, I thought too.
Yeah.
I can't tell with the headphones.
You know what thought, eh?
Yeah.
Thought he farted, but he really shit himself. Anyway. on
Yeah,
that one,
no, we'll do a duck race.
thanks for joining us,
Why
mate.
don't we do a fish race? Wouldn't a fish race be
Because there's
better?
no fish races. Just shut up.
Surely there'd be a fish race.
No, there's duck races.
Oh, fish would be better. Jeez, you're
See,
getting
I've got to put up
excited
with, mate.
now.
This is why I don't go fishing with him.
But no, get on, have a look. It's a good little giveaway.
Yep. Follow, and you can follow Serge at.
SergeK Fishing. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Actually, yeah, I did start a Facebook page. I don't know why, but sure. It's all there.
Britt was saying that's where she gets a lot of her hits. Facebook.
Yeah, those girls are popular.
Yep.
More
But
popular
that's their best of the platform, she reckons.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like, don't get me wrong here, but I'm pretty sure any two chicks that want to get on Facebook and talk about finger banging are going to get some kind of fucking following.
Actually,
But they're characters. They're just
awesome.
so
I got a
good.
bone to pick with her too.
Oh,
The
here we
amount
go.
of food that I take over to Fish and Warehouse, and then she sends me a snap today. They've got like a big cookout, and I'm like, mad invite.
Didn't
mate.
even get an invite.
Mad invite.
Oh.
So Britt, fuck you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Last time I was in Fishing Warehouse, Tedler was offended that I didn't have a bit of finger mark that he was handing. I was like, mate, I just ate a big burger. I'm real. I said, I love nothing more than a bit of finger. He was like, it was like I just murdered his dog.
Yeah,
he was
bud.
so
Nah.
upset at me.
But
Like,
I took donuts over there a couple of weeks ago. Teddy murdered one.
But as a child, you were always warned about, people like Teddy giving you candy.
I'm not coming into
No,
that.
I love Teddy.
I love
He's
you,
fucking
Teddy.
awesome.
I've got because he lives down the road from me, so I don't want to say too much. He knows where I live.
No, he knows he wouldn't take offence to that.
Nah, Teddy's a good lad. He knows his shit.
If
So-
I come
all the tackle stores have good groups of people
Yeah.
there. They, like, if there's someone dodgy, they don't stay long, right? They've got
Yeah.
good people in those stores that are, like
I
genuine.
personally don't think they can get rid of Britt. I think they're stuck with her.
Well, even if they wanted to get rid of her, I don't think they can get rid of her. Yeah,
Nah.
you're right.
Nah,
So-
Britt she'll be there for the next 60 years.
She'll be a majority shareholder, for long.
I think Pat will just give it to her to shut her up.
Do you reckon
Here's
it would?
10%. Shut up.
I think
I don't think you'd keep her quiet no matter what you gave her.
I tell you what we got to do, since Tackle World Bowen are actually a sponsor and we talk about Fish and Warehouse more. Wanker, nutty.
I was only talking about Britt
Yeah, you can blame me for that.
That's all right. I'm just there.
and
But
Teddy.
we probably do need to go down to Tackle World Bowen and have a chat with Dom and.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm changing jobs next week and I'm going to be coming in and out of there
he's
on
gonna
a weekly.
He's going to be sick and tired of you after a month. Oh, fucking hell.
I'll be going back to Sonoma.
Yeah. Or you
So-
can do a potty on your way without me. Yeah, just knock one off.
I'll call and see Brad.
Yeah.
Ah, good Brad.
Brad. I know. Apparently, Cody, you're gonna you're hiring a Brad. Yeah. So Brad's your next
Cody,
next
I
staff.
think of
mate.
Brad here at Tackle World. Fuck. Deacon's brother.
So he's gonna get a Bradley.
No, what we can do is we can drive down on a Monday. We'll do the potty, and then you can drive home, and I'll go to work.
Fuck that. I'll go for a fish.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time for a fishing trip.
No, we'll do
Who's
2
driving down to
hours,
Bowen
and then
and
you
not
can go
fishing?
fishing in the
Yeah,
RV, and I'll
that's
drive.
exactly what we'll
I'll
do.
drive out to work.
Yep. Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks again, Serge.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Appreciate
Love
it.
Thanks for having you.
Don't forget
Don't forget. Here we go.
Podbean and Spotify, Facebook. Go give us a like. We really appreciate it. And go give Serge a like. Righto, guys. Catch up.
Cheers.
The Oceanic Mafia Boys. What happens on the water stays on the water.